Hello, everybody. I am Soul Angel, the GM for the Elder Rules on Wednesday nights, and tonight I have 4 of my Elder Rules players, Shade, Crim, Siren, and Nox, plus one other from my Sunday game, Marie, joining us for a 6-shot or 6 to 8-shot Daggerheart game in a world of my own making. And tonight is session 0, where we stumble through a new tabletop that none of us have ever played before.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. So we're going to do that tonight. And tonight there's no branded music, I could guarantee you that. Instead, we have just music from tabletopaudio.com. If you want awesome music like what's playing in the background for your game, please go and check out tabletopaudio.com. If you're watching on my end, the DM's end, you will see the link up at the top of the screen on my overlay, which is very gay colored. Other than that, Shay, do you got any announcements for your stream?
This stream is brought to you in part by me. If you are interested in watching previous streams of previous campaigns or other games or other content in general, I do have a stream schedule that is inconsistent as all fuck. However, you can watch all of my videos on my YouTube channel, which is linked in my channel description below. And as far as tabletop audio and Daggerheart goes, we are not sponsored. This is just a better overlay to give you an idea of what the game will most likely be like. But other than that, you can find this video uploaded later on my YouTube within the next couple days or so. However long the Elder Rolls 1 takes to do. This will probably be easier to edit. But yeah, I'm in for it for a new interesting system in a short mini campaign. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by Daggerheart unless Matt, do you want us to sponsor us? That'd be awesome.
You want see how good we are at the game first before we commit to anything.
Good at the game? No, we want comedy.
This is gonna be comedy. None of us has ever played it or GM'd it before, but you know, it'll be fine. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. Anyways. So we do have a dual cast thing going on. If you're on Shade Stream, you will see my icon in the corner of his icon. I am going to be the GM view. If you're interested in seeing the GM side of things, please do come over to this side. Right now it's just on the splash background. But if you're interested in seeing the player side or somebody who's a little bit more put together in streaming, because I don't stream that often, please join Shade's side. That being said, let us begin. So, first I have passed almost everybody's sheet out. The only one that's missing is Nox. So let me get that to him. Owner. There you go. So first things first, I would personally like to cover, where the heck did my background go? It's all black. Oh God. It's like completely black.
Did you by chance delete the...
Oh, there it is. Found it. Found
Okay.
it. Found the button. Gotta love OBS. I'm a professional, guys. I promise. So, let's first start with covering our lines and veils. I am going to do the same thing I did last night. Some of you, this is going to be deja vu. And... it is a little thing that I found that is better than the last one, Marie, I promise. You remember those fillable forms that I handed out?
Yeah.
This one is better. It's by MCDM. These are for lines and veils. So I sent that to you. Fill it out. Change the name a little bit and send it back to me in DMs, if you so please. In the meantime, I do want to cover your major lines and veils, and I'm going to go down the list here. You guys tell me. I already know Shade is I don't care sort of person.
Heh.
Unless you want to do something a little bit different for this game, I'm not going to just naturally assume.
No, I'm still a very much I don't care. Throw whatever you want at me, kill my character, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. Nox, same as last night with just the... If you want to refresh me on that.
Yeah. I had a not my PC note for sexual violence, a veil on suicide, and then hardline. I figured out, like, immediately after the question was asked and after I'd given my answer, like, really hard line I have, which is, like, injury having to do with the nails, like fingernails.
Oh.
That is a good one.
I can't do that.
I can't do things touching the eyeballs, so I get it. But it has to be visual.
Yeah.
And your veil was, what was it again?
Suicide.
Okay. Siren. What is your thing? People around a little bit so they can see some of my notes. Siren, what's your hard line and veil? Like top ones. Like the absolute, like, if you do this, I'm gonna punch you in the face sort of thing.
I guess sexual content, keep that, like, fade to black.
Okay.
Jokes are okay, but just nothing, like, nothing
Same
too
as
foul.
me. The jokes,
Yeah.
the jokes are fine. It's just the actual, like, involving myself in the action that gives me the squick, big time.
Yeah, I just don't think it's for,
alright.
like, public sessions, personally.
Yeah, that is true. I don't think it's for TTRPGs at all, but that's me.
Yeah.
Marie, ultra hard line and your veil. Lines meaning, like, do not feature this at all, and veils meaning fade to black. Or mention in the background only.
Literally, my only veils are, like, straight up sex.
Okay.
Like disgust, and then not my PC on like sexual violence and like gender identity discrimination.
Okay.
You can also put sexual content in veils as well. I prefer fade to black for D&D sessions that are public like this.
Yeah. This sexual content is just not going to be a problem at all because sexual content is my absolute hard line. I don't do it.
Yep.
Prim, same question as last time. Anything changed from last night?
Nope.
Okay. So just no sexual violence?
Yeah.
This is how you do it, everybody watching my stream. You see me taking notes? Okay. That being done, now we are going to talk about the concept of this game, what I have aimed for this game. Like I previously stated, it is a prequel to a major Daggerheart campaign that I do eventually want to run. The feelings that the tones that I'm going for in this campaign is adventurous, dramatic, dark, maybe a little bit scary in there as well, with some mystery. Is that what you're aiming for, or what do you want to experience out of this game? What do you want to get out of this game as far as tone goes?
That's kind of what I was expecting based on the little pre-written thing that you showed us for like the World Anvil stuff. I know that personally for me, for my character, I want him to feel, I want it to feel like that he is in something that is way over his head. And he can't, he feels like that no matter what happens, he has to keep going further because curiosity killed the cat, so to speak.
Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay.
My character, I think, is probably going to be kind of the same, but instead of, like, curiosity killed the cat, she's just going to be like, oh, fuck, if I give up now, I'm going to look lame. I can't do that.
Okay.
That's great.
Man, are you a fucking lameoid? Oh my god.
Your character and my character are gonna have such a great dynamic.
Like, all these cool adventures, like, I just want to be like them. And, yeah, but, fuck, I can't handle this.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? What's going on? Alright, what tone are you aiming for, Nox? What do you want to feel from this? And some particular words to describe it would be like adventurous, cozy, dramatic, funny, goofy, gritty, intimate, lighthearted, political, romantic, scary, or whimsical. Just basically kind of like types of genre. Do you want to feel a little bit more whimsical or some more mystery in it? Because even though I do have my frame written out, key points that I want to hit, and the reason why I did point out that this could go longer than 6 sessions is because this system is very driven by actions you guys do, what you guys choose to do. So I am following along in the scenes, and I only have like maps and adversaries prepared for the notes that need to be hit to get to the point of the story. Beyond that, it's entirely up to you how you want to approach it, as long as you stay on Zofa's reach.
Alright, guys, session 1. Let's fucking leave.
Let's leave Zofa's reach?
My parents after giving birth to me.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
God.
Siren! Your parents just hold you when you're a bloody, screaming baby and go, ick.
Yeah.
Ick.
Yeah, I don't have any like preset expectations except for like, I don't know, I'm not here to like clown around, you know.
Yeah.
I do want a little bit at least of sincerity. But aside from that, I'm pretty much down for whatever. I will preface,
Siren.
I'm bad at puzzles and mysteries. I can't pick up things out of context clues.
Well, good news is
stupid.
I don't have any direct puzzles set. There is an overarching mystery you're going to need to unravel, but you can either make it hard and just like go straight toward the end, or you can start going around the area to like the 4 towns that are featured in this game and try to decipher some things. A lot of this campaign is going to be theater of the mind. There is maybe 3 to 4 maps that are prepped. They are Chepeku maps. Everybody go check them out. They're great. But other than that, that's what it is. This system does predominantly revolve around narrative and theater of the mind. So that's what we're going for now. And that's what I got going. I just have a frame of notes that need to be hit. Everything else is up to you. That's what the system is. So, Siren, what tones are you aiming for out of this game?
That's like with fantasy, I like the whimsical with like a twinge of maybe darkness, but there's still like hope at the end of the day.
Okay.
Maybe at least certain characters feel like what they're doing is meaningful and important. We
Okay.
can. Well, and it is fun character dynamics. Really, that's what D&D is all
Yeah.
about for me.
Yeah, it is gonna have the notes of dark and gritty, but depending upon the actions that you make toward the end, there will be a strong line of hope in there.
Awesome.
There's like 3 paths that you can take toward the end that has 3 different like endings to your character.
Gotcha.
So, depending on what you do, they may show up in the next game. So, Krim, what are the tones you are going for?
I am happy to do whimsical or serious. I agree with everyone here.
Okay.
On Tester.
All right. Perfect. So, there is a strong subject of the campaign. This is going to cover a major event in the world that causes the age to change from what it is now into the next stage. So currently we are in the age of renewal. It is a time of healing and recovery and growing peace for the world. And the 2 evil gods have been largely silent for the most part for the past 1,500 to 2,000 years. So there's that. In the previous age before that was the age of destruction. This is where the world was rife with war, where a lot of anger and hatred and destruction, it was so great that it created 2 new gods, Paha, the goddess of nightmares, and Zaylor, the god of destruction and chaos. And during this time, humans have caused a lot of hurt and a lot of pain and have wiped out almost all of the benevolent dragons. And it angered the corporeal gods that walk the world so much that they took magic away from humans. So if you opt to play human, you will have to rely heavily on ability cards. There are some spell cards that are excusable to be like used as abilities instead, but there are some cards that cannot, like astral projection, that cannot be excused away. Let's see, did I complete the ages? Yes, so I'm going to go over the ages real quick so you guys can have a better scope of what each age was and how long they lasted and where we are now. There's also up above in the general for this section is a link to the World Anvil, which does have a timeline in it that covers some of the major events of the world. So in the Age of Creation, this is where Sanduria as a whole was created. The creator god Solthasor had created the 12 other gods below them, and half of them chose to walk as mortals and live among mortals, and the other half became either the moons or the sun or the very world that you're in, save for one, who is the god of death and funerary rites. His name is Drun, and he walks the line between corporeal and incorporeal. You only see him when you're about to die. And this age lasted about 30,000 years, seeing as this time wasn't even a concept in at this time. all the gods, including Syndron, the eldest of the walking gods, who's the god of mortals, can't even recall how long it lasted. If he's asked, he will just reply it was a really long age, because time was still in flux. He also made Solthasor, like I said, created most of the other gods, and all the gods together created the world itself. The Age of Growth lasted about 500 years. In this time, it was relative peace and safety. Cities were beginning to be established and coming out of like small hut communities into the large cities like Snowshorn that exists now. And this, like I said, it lasted 500 years, and after this was the Age of Chaos. Pardon me, I got it wrong before. During this age, it lasted about 3,000 years. It was marked by upheaval, war, and distress. Due to Solthasor's decree to let mortals settle their own affairs, the walking gods were left helpless to bring back the peace, and often question in times like this whether the decree should be followed. But due to their corporeal forms, they were unable to talk to the creator god and ask him and find out what they should do. And the big instigator of this age was humans. The at the time ruling family of humans decided that their way was the right way. Look at the amazing cities that they built. Wouldn't they want to share this with the world? So they started invading the land of the elves, Amura. And that war lasted a large majority of the 3,000 years. They just could not break through the dense jungles that existed in central Amura. In this time, Zendar, the god of will and power, decided we may not be able to act directly, but we can try and solve this problem indirectly, and he suggested creating dragons. They are immortal, but they walk the mortal world, and they do not have the same powers that the gods do, and they could act directly, so he became the father of dragons as well. For the most part, the dragons are benevolent, 100%. They're good, helpful, and great. Except for a few of the red dragons, who decided if their job was to protect mortals, the only way to do that is to rule them with an iron fist. So they went to the island on the south end called Rule and took it over and closed down the borders to prepare for some trouble. The humans were angry at the dragons involving themselves in their matters. So they decided to start secret dragon hunts, where they would use their power over elemental magic to start taking out dragons, and they consider it a rite of passage. And the gods finally noticed when there were about 150 dragons left. And the silver and the black dragon line got completely wiped out, save for one. And that would be Eric Blackscale, the child of the final black dragon, the final silver dragon. Achiel, the god of magic and mana, decided that enough was enough, and he was going to step in directly. He cut humans off from the ley lines and the mana cauldron, the source of all magic. And now humans are the only mortal race that cannot cast magic. And at the end of this, a bunch of things happen that you will find on the timeline involving the Mayu dynasty, the final dynasty of human rulers that were absolutely atrocious. Eric Blackscale killed them, and he peacefully took the reins of the human nation and has been ruling since that time. The Age of Renewal its start is marked by him taking over rule and ending the wars completely. So dragons ended up doing as they were meant to do. Any questions?
Nope.
Think you're good
Okay.
for now.
Okay, good. All right. So go back to the tabletop, and now you guys can see the map. So a big thing that we are going to do that most of you are aware of, because I have adopted it for Wednesday game, is the X card. In what this does is when there is something that greatly disturbs you is mentioned or brought on the scene that to where you can't continue anymore, please at me with an X in the Discord general, and we will stop the scene right there. Make sure you're okay and continue on when you're ready. Either moving back and disincluding that, or moving forward and just saying this thing happened, no further. Sound good?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay. So now let's start making our characters. I'm going to go down the list and find out what each of you are thinking of playing. And we will talk. Where did I put this? Oh, it's all the way up here. Okay. Nope, not that one. So, Shade, what were you thinking of playing?
So I figured him out pretty well ahead of time, but he is a human bard. Obviously, no magic. And he is essentially just a guy that has a quote-unquote secret ancestry, but he was born into a crime family, and he was considered the black sheep of the crime family for multiple reasons. So he struck it out on his own, and he's essentially a wordsmith bard who is a con artist.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Nox, what were you thinking of playing? Or do you not have a clue and need to go over of the available races? Because I did make some ancestries. I may have not made them available to you. Let me configure that folder. All players owner set. Okay.
I was considering a fawn, but I genuinely have no idea what class I would want to play.
Okay. So, out of the classes, let me bookmark this spot because reasons. So, the classes are Rogue, Sorcerer, Druid, Ranger, Warrior, Guardian, Seraph, Wizard, and Bard.
Okay.
So the Seraph is kind of like a mix between the Paladin and the Cleric. And the Guardian is kind of like a tank class. The rest of them are pretty
Right.
self-explanatory, like the Warrior, Ranger, Druid, Wizard, Sorcerer, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning towards maybe Ranger or Warrior. I don't know. Come back to me on that one.
Okay. It's one of those things where you're like a little overwhelmed because it's a brand new system.
Yeah, like I watched everything and I'm like,
So, out of the Daggerheart book, the ancestries that are usable are, where are they in this book? Ancestry, page 52. I think give myself the physical book because it was a gift to myself. Okay, so the races that we got, there are a couple that are made, but the ones that are out of the book are the dwarf, the elf, the faun, humans, and where's the... I may have passed it. I'm going to give you the name of what it is in the book, and then I'm going to give you the name I gave it for my world. The Fun Grill. I renamed it the Fugus because that's what they're called in my world. That's the only change that they got. As far as the other races, there is the Brockfee, which are kind of like horned lion type creatures. They're masters of trade and mathematics. The Centaur, self-explanatory. The dwarf is in there, but dwarves are a little bit different in my world. Elementals, which are extremely long-lived, unknown how the heck they procreate to the rest of the world. You can be an air elemental, fire elemental. It's just flavoring of what you are. It just, yeah. And if you could give me a really good reason, the Raxial, which are goat people. The reason why they are kind of like, if you give me a good reason, is because they're people of the island nation that the Red Dragons took over. And they have been controlled so long by the dragons, they actually have built a culture around being enslaved by the dragons. So you need to give me a good reason as to why they don't follow that belief. So... But you can play one if you want. They're just goat people.
I wanted to, and then I saw the backstory, and I'm like,
Yeah, their backstory is a little... can be hard to swallow.
Like, it's not that I have an issue with it, it's just that I don't know that I could come up with a good reason knowing shit nor fuck about the lore.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That is something that's going to be discovered. But, basically, the few red dragons that took over rule the southern island. They control the Raxial with an iron fist. And they have done that for so long. The Raxial have gotten used to it and then built a culture around it. And around serving them. And basically, the better you serve them, the better you're quote-unquote treated by your group of your Raxials, your little tribe. And they are also a tailed race, and because dragons are as well, that when the Raxial reach the age of 100, they get their tails docked as a sign of that they can no longer serve the dragons faithfully because they can barely stand up. They're hunched by that age, hunched over. So that is essentially a mark that they're retired, and once it is their time to go, about 110 years old, they are given some rations and a thin bedroll, and they wander off into the central badlands of the island, and they don't return. It is a very harsh culture. So, that is the little down low on that. In this world, dwarves are farmers. They don't live in mountains. They don't diggy holes. They work the soil. They're very salted earth sort of people. They love the simple life. And straw hats, dirt under their nails sort of thing. They're kind of like Midwesterners. Um, you want to think about it that way. Elementals are very secretive. They don't like to talk about themselves or what's in the great desert of Adraxum. Even it's kind of confusing as to why, like, water elementals live in a desert, but they do. And they go with it. And elves in this world are tree-dwelling jungle people. They are fairly dark-skinned. They tend to have silver to light eyes because they have to adjust to the low light of the deep jungles of the Sothasil Great Forest. So there's that. Those are the big changes. You want more time to think about it? Me to cycle back to you, Nox?
I think I am gonna play a fawn. I have no idea what class. So
Okay. So I'll cycle
Just-
back to you.
yeah,
The
back to me.
PDF. I gave you guys the PDF. Go ahead and have a look through there. Siren, what were you thinking?
Okay, first, I guess I have a question. The Seraph is like all magic, right?
They are heavy magic, yes.
Okay.
They're
not
kind of
that.
like a mix between paladin and cleric.
Then not that one, because I also want to be a human.
Yeah.
Because when you said like they've had a kind of fucked up in the past, that's kind of a favorite character trait of mine, like a character whose ancestry was kind of fucked up in the past and they're trying their best to redeem themselves, I suppose.
Yeah. It's not your character in particular that fucked up in the past. It's the race as a whole that fucked up in the past.
But yeah, I'll say this character in particular sort of internalizes that, so they
Okay.
try to do their best to make the world a better place by dealing with bad people.
Like, if you ever come across one of the walking gods, you're like, hey, look, I was trying to be good. Help.
Anyway, I was thinking Guardian, Vengeance Guardian. That sounded interesting to me.
Guardian?
Yep.
What community were you thinking? I should probably go over that. Is the communities. It's kind of like backgrounds, a little bit, that you flavor. Page is that on? Community 72.
72.
Yes. So communities, as with ancestry, is describing the characteristics of a collective and is nuanced, as the people always view each other through the lens of their own experience. Example: while a seaborne sailor might feel that their own community is particularly strict, a character from an order-born metropolis might find a group very changeable. So it basically further describes the area that you grew up in. For, like, instance, Shade is going Slyborn, and he comes from a criminal network, so to say. The communities that we got are Highborn, which are the fancy nobles, and are of privilege. Their feature is privilege. You have advantage on rolls to consort with nobles, negotiate prices, or leverage your reputation to get what you want. Loreborn. They are history keepers, studiers, that sort of thing. You are from a society that favors academic or political prowess. Your feature would be well-read. You have advantage on rules that involve history, culture, or politics of a prominent person or place. The Orderborn. The Orderborn community means you are of a collective that focuses on discipline or faith. You uphold a set of principles that reflect your experience there. Their feature is dedicated. Record 3 sayings or values your upbringing has instilled into you. Once per rest, when you describe how you're embodying one of these principles through your current action, you can roll a d20 as your hope die.
Waterborne it
That's
is,
pretty good.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Waterborne for sure.
Yeah. Ridgeborn are people born into the outskirts. They are people who live very rurally in harsh areas. Generally around rocky peaks or sharp cliffs, or in this case, the northern end of Siran, where it's essentially an ice sheet that covers the land. So if you look at the map on the on Foundry, it would be places like Bayhearth, or if I were to bring up the world map, which do I have the world map on here? No. So we are going to upload the world map. Okay, background image, and back, this is the, God, it's just everywhere. We're gonna put it here. There it is. Meanwhile, my stream is seeing my awful naming conventions. I'm just waiting for it to upload now. It's a big map. I should have done this in the first place, but that's okay. It's a big map. Might have to. Let's see. It is taking quite a while here. Might have to just go straight into the asset library and do it. And I will just grab this straight from here and drag and drop it here. Oh yeah, that's taken a hot minute to upload. Oh, it finished. Haha! Save changes. Activate this scene for you guys, and it's gonna be black for a hot second. Hold on. You just gotta turn on global illumination. There we go. So here is the world map for you. So this will allow you to choose where you're from and see the world as a whole and see how big the ice sheet is. Like, Snowshorn, for instance, is in snow for more than half of the year. That's how cold it is up there. So that's what Ridgeborn is. You would end up like near Gonlyle's Grasp right here. Or maybe down in the south of Cavarane. Or up in the spine of the world. These islands right here, the Isles of Chaos, Zis, and the Wastes of Paha, not livable for mortals. Don't even try to go there.
I know where we're going.
Road trip!
Let's
Road
go.
trip!
Yippee.
Yay! Let's go to probably the worst place in all of Senduria.
I like dying.
Dying is fun. So there's that. Now the stream can see it reliably. So So that's where the Ridgeborn would be. Their community feature is steady. You have advantage on rolls to traverse dangerous cliffs, ledges, and navigate harsh environments and use your survival knowledge. Seaborn are the sailors. So you would be like sailing trade routes between the two major continents and the islands, save for rule down here. That's the closed off one. They tend to live aboard ships their entire life or most of their life, most of the year. Their community features know the tide. You can sense the ebb and flow of life. When you roll with fear, place a token on your community card and you can hold a number of tokens equal to your level before making an action roll. You can spend any number of these tokens to gain a bonus +1 to the roll for each token spent. So that's pretty useful. Slyborn live in the dark underreaches of the world. They are criminals, they are grifters, con artists, that sort of thing. Their thing is scoundrel. You have advantage on rolls to negotiate with criminals, detect lies, or find a safe place to hide. The Underborn are the people who live underground, for the most part. They live in a subterranean society. They would live, say, in the mountains underneath the spine of the world and Gonlyle's grasp, which is not very common. There are very small communities to the point where there are not city markers on this map. That's how small they are, because it's very hostile to live underground, for reasons that you may figure out towards the end of this run. Low light living. When you're in an area with low light or heavy shadow, you have advantage on rolls to hide, investigate, or perceive detail in an area. So it's kind of like a modified version of dark vision. Wanderborn. These are travelers. They like the seaborn ones. These people travel across land for nearly all their entire lives. They are nomads. Their feature is nomadic pack. Add a nomadic pack to your inventory once per session. You can spend a hope to reach into this pack and pull out a mundane item that is useful to your situation. Work with your GM to figure out what item you take out. The Wildborn. The Wildborn are people who live in the depths of the forest. So places like the Great Pine Forest up here in Zopha's Reach, or over here in Sothasil's Forest. They are able to work with the natural environment there, know what plants to live off of, and can, basically not trip over frickin' roots. Lightfoot. Your movement is naturally silent. You have advantage on rolls to move without being heard. And those are the communities. So you guys can think about that, because these are important pieces of your character and your history, and will help guide you to where on this world you are from.
So, Soul, because I had my character already pre-planned out, I went ahead and looked at the actual character creation. Do you think that for everyone else, could you talk about experiences? Because that's something I just looked up and is very unique to Daggerheart from what I see.
Yes, we are going to cover experiences too. And what experiences your character has. I'm just trying to find the page for it so I have a better guide, because like I said, I'm new to GMing this, okay?
Yeah. I think it was in the earlier pages.
Okay. Earlier pages. Character creation, page 13.
Yep.
Choose your class, think about your concepts. Okay. Choose your community. Choose your heritage. Choose your traits. Distribute trait modifiers. So experiences are backgrounds, correct?
Uh,
What things you've been through.
From what I'm reading, it as it says in Daggerheart, your character's experiences are one of the core ways you express their backstory. And expertise through mechanics. An experience is a word or phrase used to encapsulate a specific set of skills your character has acquired over the course of their exciting life. So essentially, at the beginning of the game, at level 1, your character starts with 2 experiences that essentially are what defines them. So to help you out, they have like a little list in the book that's right next to that explanation that gives you words from the same page. One sec. It is page 20.
Page 20, yeah. Wasn't quite there yet.
They have experience examples, and they go into how you can use these experiences. So for example, you can have backgrounds, characteristics, specialties, skills, or a phrase that describes your character's, essentially their backstory. And then you would write out a brief explanation.
Okay.
So to give you an idea, I was writing up mine for my character, and one of the experiences he has is being a con artist. As a con artist, he is experienced in swindling, deception, and persuading people into believing one of his many cons. Whether it is spreading misinformation or selling a faulty product, he has done it and will do it again. This will allow him to recognize when such a thing is being done to someone else, or will also allow him to recognize when such a thing is being done to someone else, especially him. That's just an idea of one of the experiences. It essentially allows for creativity.
Okay. We'll get to that once people start getting like their characters coming together a little bit more. Because like right now we're getting the bare bones stuff. So let's see. So we got Vengeance Guardian from Siren. What race were you thinking of playing?
Humane.
Humane. What community did you want?
I was Orderborn.
Okay. Okay, so think on your experiences relating around those things as we go through it. Marie, it's your turn. What were you thinking of playing? What ancestry?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm very sleepy. So I may throw something out there that is not actually an option. Can I be a cat girl?
The Qatari are not available in this game.
No.
R.I.P.
How could you?
The closest you will get is the Brock Fee. They look pretty human, except they do have long, slender tails with a tuft of fur at the end. There's also the Wild Brock Fee, which have more digitigrade legs, sharper teeth, and are quick-footed. They're the only race on Sandaria that has 2 different versions of them. Nobody knows why. Not even the gods. Syndron is just sitting there like, I didn't make that, what the hell?
Is there somewhere I could see like the features for that, or?
I can give a few pictures on Discord.
That would be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Because,
really
like,
change what I want to do for like class and stuff, like the general story.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to put on string because, like, I can't draw, so I'm, like, using Pinterest as, like, presentations of roughly what some of these races look like. Like the Brockvi, for instance. They kind of look like this. They do have slightly pointed ears. They have kind of like grayish skin to grayish fine fur on their skin. That is what roughly what a humanized Brockfee looks like, and the wild Brockfee. Look, where is the picture? It's around here somewhere. They look more like this, but with a. They're the ones that tend to have horns, even though the more human ones can have horns as well. Theirs is just a lot shorter.
I think I will probably do a humanoid Brockfee. Sorry,
Okay.
Brockfee? Brockfee? What is it?
Yeah, Brockfee. They're the closest that you could get to cat people.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm thinking of doing Seraph.
Okay.
Puppy dog.
And what was it? Ridgeborn?
Ridgeborn. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, like, I'm getting like taken in by like the temple in some like remote village in that big mountain chain.
Okay. In the spine of the world.
Yeah, and then like
Okay.
whichever god she prays to, like, gave, like, blessed her with power or whatever. The
Yeah.
specifics in a time of need deal.
Yeah. What
Type
subclass
vibe.
of the Seraph that were you thinking of?
Probably Winged Sentinel.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and start thinking about your experiences around that and which of the gods you want to follow. That's all on the world anvil. Prim, what were you thinking?
I was thinking of a centaur seraph winged sentinel to be a pain.
No,
But I'm fine with play. I'll probably go warrior then.
but
Warrior.
so good
Yeah.
though.
So, which of the subclasses were you thinking? There is the Call of the Brave or the Call of the Slayer?
I think call the Slayer.
Slayer.
Okay, real talk. If you want to do a
Slayer.
Pegasus, I'm willing to work this out. Like, there's a lot of options here.
It's up
and
to
I
you
would-
guys. Like
I
I
would
said, I'm
absolutely
following your lead here.
Pegasus in the party. I'll find something, like, like, we can trade.
Okay. What community were you thinking?
Wanderborn.
Perfect for a centaur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
You take the Seraph. I think I'm probably gonna do like a warrior or something.
Okay.
You want to kind of like swap. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through it and probably take a look and see where kind of our party comp falls. But
Yeah, the only thing that we're missing is Nox, and he is currently deafened right now, which is fine. Oh, okay, there he is. So, have you given it any thought?
Yeah, I decided on pretty much everything.
No, you can't do that.
Well, no. I want to do a Beastbound Ranger.
Okay.
And I chose the what was it? The Wanderborn community.
Ah, two Wanderborns, perfect.
For this gift, right?
Yeah.
I'll let you ride.
Yeah. It looks like
yes,
with you two battling it out Star Trek style for Winged Sentinel Seraph. Disincluding those two, we have a wordsmith bard that doesn't use magic. I can't use magic. Beast-bound ranger and a vengeance guardian. So currently with those three, we don't have a healer.
Okay.
It is entirely up to you how you want to approach it. I think potions, because I'm going as far as items go off of what's in the book. So potions should be purchasable, 112. I think they do exist in Daggerheart.
They do.
Okay, so potions are purchasable. Potions have to be made by somebody who can use magic. So if you find a human trying to sell potions, I would squint.
Smiles.
Especially if they're yellow.
So just
The guy has
just so
jaundice and
you-
he's selling potions. What the fuck?
They're like straight up no magic whatsoever.
Yeah, straight up no magic whatsoever. They got completely disconnected from the magical ley lines.
Okay,
Achiel
go
wasn't dealing with that shit. He's like, you guys just nearly wiped out an entire race and created 2 evil gods. No. You had enough.
I'm kind of feeling the vibe of a sorcerer that is desperately trying to sell themselves as being better at magic than they are.
God, I love it. So
And they just like
sorcerer.
they just use minor illusion to make up for everything. Like,
Ooh, I'm really good.
like it's not so much that they don't have any magical power. It's just that they're like kind of shit.
They're just terrible at it. They didn't pay attention in
They've
school.
already been like they already got sucked into adventuring, so they just kind of got to stick with the bit. So now they're quote good at magic.
I promise I'm good at magic. I promise. Everybody press X to doubt. So elemental origin or primal? So I'll read the little mini descriptions here. Play Elemental Origin if you want to channel the raw power of a particular element, or play Primal Origin if you want to extend the versatility of your spells in powerful ways. For what you're describing for me,
Elemental kind of makes more sense.
Yeah,
like,
that from what you were describing, it feels that way.
Skillful. Like elemental, yeah.
And you're in the land of humans, and they're all very salty.
Yeah.
That's about the only racial tension you'll get, is like the other races are pissy at humans for causing all that death and destruction, and humans are pissy at every other race for having magic. That's about it. All right, so we got that figured out. So I want you guys to think about your experiences and put them onto your sheet. As you do character creation, yeah?
Do you have, like... I gotta turn my Discord back up. Do you have, like... I don't know, a bestiary, or, like, what kind of animals can I have as a companion?
I'm basically using the creatures that are in the players in the rule set for the game.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to go too overboard.
Cool.
You know?
Where is that?
That should be toward the back of the book. Let's see.
Oh, shit.
Okay, those are the campaign frames. So the beasts and creatures, let's see. They should have like a set for the ranger. 38. Let's look.
It doesn't say, it just says choose with your... Talk with your DM to choose one. It doesn't give me like a table or a list or anything.
Okay, let me find the list in the back here. Additional sheets, domains. Beast Feast. 270. Okay. Oh no, that's a campaign frame. I'm fucking dumbass. I didn't pay attention enough. I'm like, I saw a beast, and I'm like, ooh, that must be it. Let's see, where is it? No doubt Shade's also helping me try to locate it.
Yep.
For mechanics. It should be around here somewhere, like adversaries or something.
They have a few in adversaries, but not many.
Yeah. I'm sure they're going to come out with, at some point, a book of, like, creatures, you know?
So
I wonder if it's on their website.
When you are a beast bound, the ranger companion gets is a companion sheet. The sheet is for tracking important information about your character's companion and can be tucked away beneath the right side of the character sheet for ease of viewing.
Yeah.
Does not.
It
I
doesn't
didn't see a
say.
table. I think what it did have is that it had a table of monsters, but not necessarily ranger companions. So he can essentially make his companion whatever is a part of your world.
Okay.
He would just need
Which
a
is why I
separate.
asked, because I genuinely
Yeah.
couldn't find anything.
He just needs to have a
For the-
separate sheet for it, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part, it would be like animals that exist in this world. Because I didn't go that
In
in
which
depth.
world? Sorry.
Our real life.
Earth.
Like
Okay.
bears and deer and
Look, I'm stupid. You have to clarify. Okay. So I know like cat people are a thing, but I'm assuming cat animals are a thing, like big cats are a thing.
big cats are a thing, yes.
Yeah, big kitty. Cool.
Yes, we know you love your kitties, Nox.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give my ranger
There
a
you
big
go.
cat.
Yeah, there you go. There's your companion sheet. If you need help filling it out, I do have the home brewer's kit to help with that.
It'll be fine. Thank you.
Let me actually check. I might also have something to help with that.
How am I able to edit my page, my sheet?
For Foundry or World Anvil?
Foundry.
So you click the level
Foundry?
up, which should be just like the glowing up sign, and you should be able to create your entire character through that. I did it while she was talking about stuff because I already had my bard set up in World Anvil.
My ancestry did.
You have to drag and drop things.
Sorry. It
Yeah,
doesn't
you have to
exist.
drag it. You should be able to drag and drop it, which... hold on.
Breakfast is not in here.
Are we
Yeah,
starting
it
at
is.
level
I
1?
just dragged
Yes.
it onto your sheet.
Okay, my character sheet is saying I'm already level 1.
I type it in the make a character thing, and it doesn't come up.
It's fine. I dragged it onto your sheet. You're good.
Oh, I
You
can't
can
level it now. They went away. You broke it.
Yeah, that's because you're all starting at level 1.
No,
Well, yeah, but
She's saying that when you dragged the race onto the sheet, it kicked her out of the level up, so she can't make her character anymore.
Oh. Okay.
You need to make the races available to them, Soul.
I did. They're available to all.
I didn't, when I
They
was
are.
making mine, I didn't see it, but it might have just popped up.
What I did was when I opened
I'll
up the
hit
level up.
owner again. I'll give everybody ownership and.
Okay. Let me try. Let me try.
I'm very confused. There, do you see him now?
Oh, yeah,
I can't really edit now.
That's weird.
Like,
Hold
I
on.
can't change it now that it's in there, I think.
Let me delete. Well, did you hit the little? Huh. I can edit it just fine. I don't understand.
Do you have this listed as a player or trusted player?
She's a player.
You need to have it as trusted player so we have better access. Otherwise, we can't edit our sheets.
Okay, hold on. Incoming. Okay.
Foundry's weird like that.
Foundry is weird, and this virtual tabletop is not officially supported. It's made by somebody, so it's about all I could give you. They don't have officially supported for Foundry. Let's see. Over here, configure players. Promote to trusted. Promote to trusted. Promote to trusted. And you are all now promoted to trusted. Let's see.
Would you be mad if I switched to Slayer Warrior?
No. Why would I be?
I don't know.
She's furious, clearly.
You can hear the fury.
I think there should be Fury Warrior in this game.
It is switching.
Are you able to edit now? Because I moved you all to trusted player.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I just don't know how to change it now.
So like, if do you see class crossed out on your thing?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Click it. Click it. Boom.
Do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you click subclass and choose your subclass, and then your community and choose your community. Okay.
Sorry, I'm very tired.
It's fine. It's fine. We're all learning. This happens. Okay. Try to locate. So everybody has the following to distribute into their 6 skills of agility, strength, finesse, instinct, presence, and knowledge. You put +2 in one of those, +1 in 2 of those, 0 in 2 of those, and -1 in one of those. Do pay attention to what your class is, because it will tell you which of your skills you're most proficient in. So like for you, Marie, if I were to go to Sorcerer, your domains are Arcana and Midnight. Your starting evasion is 10. Your starting hit points is 6. Where is your starting... What is your favorite thing here? Instinct is your favorite stats. That is your spellcasting trait. So I will write into tabletop chat what those numbers are that you need to distribute.
Change this.
Nah, I'm gonna guardian. I'm gonna tank.
Am I stupid?
What are you trying to change?
I'm trying to put the numbers in for my traits, like the six
Yeah, I'm
things.
trying to figure that out too.
You're still in the character creation, right?
No, it booted her out.
I'm on my sheet.
Let me see.
Open settings. Hit the little wrench off to the right-hand side next to effects. And you'll see your traits up at the top.
What? I did not see that.
Hold on. I will screen snip it for you.
Gives you suggested traits. That's useful.
And I'll even
Sorry,
highlight it.
I had 3 sections or 3 lectures in a lab today.
Oof.
I'm cooked.
Condolences. That sounds awful.
It's also like 10 p.m.
So yeah, I'm gonna be like a Final Fantasy Dark Knight.
Hell yeah. Do you think it would just be better if you just remade Marie's sheet so that she could go through the character making process and then like fix the race later?
Yeah, probably.
I think I might need that too.
Arabic.
Yeah, do that for Krim
Okay.
as well.
Which one are you, Krim? Because you changed the name of your...
Nima.
Okay.
I could also just make a bunch of exclamation marks.
That'd work. I mean...
There you go.
Ah! Owner... EP. EP. Okay, I will delete that sheet. I'll make you a new sheet.
Because I think the only issue is just like the custom race, which if you later
it
on
could
you
be
can just
wonky.
you can just go back after you're done making your full character, go into the compendium, and then put the race in there instead of whatever you choose.
So just like grab a random one.
Yeah, just grab a random one. Whatever you have selected, just click that and then move on.
Yeah, I'm working. Sorry, my brain blanked out for a moment there, Krim. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm just dead inside.
Same, bestie. Soul, do you want me to give you my experiences that I wrote?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna list them in chat because for some reason I can't access them outside of just putting them in chat, so...
Hi, Hermes. He's staring at me. Aren't you, buddy?
I'm gonna put these in the world
He's like,
info.
this again? The shit is wrong with you, lady? And I do believe you all start with a certain amount of hope at level 1.
Yes. I think that's either dependent on our class or something else.
You start with 2 hope. Mark these in the hope field of your character sheet. And the DM starts with 1 fear for each amount of players that is in the game. So I start with 5 fear. I don't know if you can see my fear thing or not. I may have to change. Okay. Because they do recommend that the GM shows how much fear that they have.
I could even pop it out in a separate window if I wanted to.
I know, isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's very nice.
By the way, I fixed the mod problem from last night.
Epic.
It's all working now.
I also noticed that in this particular system, I can pop out the chat window. Which, I'm probably going to put the fear tracker instead in the corner, instead of the chat window. But if you would like me to read off my experiences, I'm very proud of them.
Okay.
So, my guy's name is Malcolm Griswold. And the one that I read of the example, I'll reread it again, but slower. As a con artist, Malcolm is experienced in swindling, deception, and persuading people into believing one of his many cons. Whether it is spreading misinformation or selling a faulty product, Malcolm has done it and will do it again. This also allows him to recognize when such a thing is being done to someone else, especially him. And then the second one is called Watch Your Back. Malcolm is paranoid to a fault. His life in a crime family, and a well-known one at that, has made him very aware of his surroundings, making him very perceptive. Bad deals gone wrong, backstabbing in the family itself, blackmail. No matter the case, Malcolm has seen it or experienced it. He will do his best to make sure that something does not come back to bite him or anyone else he cares about in the ass.
Okay.
And essentially, the way that I've read experiences is kind of like how you choose certain things in certain Power by the Apocalypse systems. These are essentially skills that you can use based on your stat rolls, like rolling for instinct or presence, and those will be added as modifiers. So they're kind of like proficiencies, but you make them.
Okay.
Which is, that actually got me really excited when I read that. I was like, what the fuck is an experience? And it's like, oh, it's something that you make that's kind of like a skill proficiency. So I'm like, oh.
It enriches your character backstory and makes them unique. Makes you unique to the world.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty neat.
I do too. Yes.
You're neat.
No, you.
No, you.
No.
Nuh-uh. Oh. These people.
Interesting.
Look what we got here, Shade, in the chat.
Hmm?
We got somebody advertising.
Destroy them.
Man, that's crazy. Maniacal. Pariant. However the fuck you say that name. Get the fuck out of here.
We don't tolerate that shit in this house. We don't give a shit about numbers, baby.
If you go to your...
You're barking up the wrong fucking tree.
If you go to your moderator variant, you can ban them.
Where is that?
It should be a little, like, sword icon right next to your chat in the Twitch. Not the OBS, like actual Twitch.
Yeah, I'm trying to click the little sword on my OBS, and I'm like, well, this isn't working.
And then you just right-click on the name and kick
I
or
think
ban.
it's on your end, because I only... No, I'm on your page. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, they spoke in your channel. I can't do anything about that. But I will also ban them on my side as well.
Okay. Nope, we don't do it. Yeah, dude, you're barking up the wrong frickin' tree. I don't give a shit. Well, I'm just doing this for fun.
Most likely a bot.
If people want to enjoy my game, I'm gonna let them. You know?
Alright, I've come up with my experiences.
Yay! Please
Sick.
do tell us.
So, my first is Frontier Mage. Mara's life in the inhospitable icescapes of the spine of the world has conditioned her to always be prepared for whatever situation she may find herself in. Death comes swiftly for those ill-prepared for the snow.
Okay.
And then Commit to the Pit. Gifted with magical power, Mara is not similarly gifted with the talent to use it well. Nonetheless, she has often found her abilities overestimated. She's become quite confident at going with the flow and convincing people she's much more confident than she really is.
Oh my god.
Mara and Malcolm are gonna get along so fucking well.
Well, it's gonna be great. Oh my god. I'm gonna tokenize your picture.
There we go.
What's the picture?
Browser.
What are the
Any
plus twos
particular
for?
color to your border that you want, Shade?
I was thinking bronze.
Okay.
What are the plus ones for?
The plus ones are for your attributes.
Oh, I meant the plus twos for the experience. What do they mean?
Those are like, the experiences are essentially your, they're like proficiencies. So if you decide to harken back to your experience that your character has, like Con Artist, Watch Your Back, Frontier Mage, and For the Pit. It's such a great name. Then you can use those, and the DM, depending on how you phrase what you're trying to do, will tell you to roll with one of your attributes, but you will also add on that bonus from your experience to that roll.
Cool.
At least that's how I read it.
Yeah. So it's not as rigid as like 5e, for instance. You have to tell me why your experience fits to add the +2 to this roll. And I will determine from that if it does fit the situation and ask you to add it to your roll. Cool?
Yep.
Gotcha.
And generally speaking, it's always going to be followed by typically an attribute as well. So so for instance, I could be, depending on what I'm trying to do, like I'm trying to set something up like a rickety stall to, like an Eddie styled rickety stall to sell a service, and I have to make it look good. I would use strength to build it, but I would also use Con Artist as my experience to add on to that. So it would be essentially a +1 because I have a -1 in strength, but a +2 in Con Artist.
Gotcha.
Anybody else have their experiences or pictures they want to send to me to tokenize, or maybe you already tokened it and you're going to send it to me?
I can send you my picture, but I'm still writing my thingies.
Okay, take your time, no rush.
I also have my experiences.
Okay. If you would like to read them off, I don't know. I went to that one.
The first one is need a ride. Nema is used to having some type of weight on her back while traveling. While traveling, people would often pay her for a ride to carry their luggage or pull a cart. And the second one is won't back down. Nema may not be half mule, but she is stubborn as one. She is stubborn as one.
That is very in line with the traits I have for centaurs, is they're fucking stubborn.
Where the caravan she was traveling with at the time would be attacked, she was the first one out on the field.
Nice. What color would you like your border for your token?
What are the currently claimed colors
Bronze.
on Snow? No, yes.
Or, you know, orangish brown.
How about like a grayish blue?
Okay.
So a silver?
I'm done
Silver.
with my setup.
Yeah.
Can you,
Sure.
Can you give me my actual ancestry?
Sure. You should be able to access it in items.
Yeah, you should be able to just click and drag it on and then remove whatever race you actually took. I think the features are automatically added once you put the ancestry into your sheet.
Okay. I'm still stupid.
So the
Same
three.
girl.
So in the ancestry part of your sheet, right? 3 dots, and
Yeah.
you want to click just delete on both of the things that are in your ancestry.
Okay.
And then
What was your character's name, Grim?
Nima.
The only thing I have
N-E-M-A.
red dots is configure sheet.
Say that again.
The only thing I have when I click on the dots in my ancestry is configure sheet.
I'll have a look at it in just a hot sec. Okay.
Oh, not the dots at the top of your page. The dots on your traits that are in the ancestry part of the of like your actual sheet. So what ancestry did you choose just for a filler?
Elf.
Okay, so where it says ancestry-elf, there you should have 2 traits, or however many traits elf comes with. Those traits that you see, they should have a send to chat option and like a 3-dot more option next to it.
Soul. Nox asked you saying, Forge.
I feel
Yeah,
like
sorry.
mine looks different. I deleted the features.
Okay.
I don't know if I should have done that. I think,
That's-
mine didn't have. Mine doesn't look like what you're describing.
I see what he's talking about. I can delete those for you. Still says elf.
Regardless, you should be able to drag Brackfee over onto the sheet, and then it should automatically apply.
No, it just still says
my
elf, but it
God.
dragged the Brackfee stuff on.
Okay, that's interesting.
I just.
Yeah. Oh God, it's multiplying.
Oh dear
What?
lord.
Where? Oh no! I was in the wrong place.
I will
can
see
fix
what I
that.
can do to fix.
Boom. The name's correct.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. You got the name fixed. Awesome.
I
Don't know how you
found
did that,
wrong,
but you did it. No.
I feel like
Okay.
Does Forge have like compatibility issues with Firefox?
It might. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't used Firefox in well over a decade, so.
Yeah, not that I know of.
Okay. You will have the week to get your token to me or your picture. Because I know Brockfee's gonna be a little bit harder. What you can do is use a pick crew.
I'm on that Pinterest grind set right now.
Okay, we have Siren. I see you down there. Your name down there at the bottom. Okay.
Oh, that's boobs. Okay.
All right.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's not really productive.
I think Siren's dead. She hasn't done anything with her character.
Are you
Oh,
muted?
I'm writing the experience. I'm writing the
Oh, okay.
experiences.
So she's
Okay.
still in the middle of character creation, so that's why there's nothing there yet.
Okay.
They don't have like. Oh, they do have pointed ears. Yeah. They can.
The what?
They can have pointed ears. At least the reference picture has pointed ears.
Yes.
Like
Yes,
up
they can have
Because I
pointed
found.
ears.
I'm gonna send this to you.
If
in
you want, you
chat.
can flavor it that they have little fur fluffs on the tip of their ears if you so want.
What do you think of
If your
that?
character
Like,
has a fine like fur coating, you can flavor it that way if you wish.
I feel like the confusion at the book is just perfect.
Mm. Come, my bar is not coming up now, and it's driving me insane. Ah, perfect. I love it. That's a good picture. That's perfect. Oh my god. Just the frustration on that face, Marie.
Yeah.
Why
I'll put it in
is it
I'll
doing
put it
this?
in the general chat for this so you guys can see.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with that one. I like that one.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, fuck. How do I? What?
Okay, let's start with Marie's picture.
How do I make this?
What would you like the border of your token? What color? That's not a color. Please try again.
Oh.
I hate to break it to you. It's not a color.
Oh, you're gonna do it again. I don't blue. Blue.
Blue?
I like blue.
Solid blue?
Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
I'm blue.
Blue, Baba. Yeah.
Wait, hang on. This isn't copyrighted, I promise.
Blue.
It's Boris Johnson
Mm-hmm.
with the.
What was you have not put a name on your character yet.
Oh yeah. I'm lazy. I just named her
Okay.
just my name, but slightly different.
Because why not, right?
Yeah.
I generally tend to warn new players to TTRPGs against naming their characters like themselves, because then they get too attached and get upset about things. So
I get attached no matter what.
that
I
is true.
pack fun with little robots. So.
You nearly cried when Silene appeared on screen. Now you're like, shut up. No, I didn't.
I didn't though. You're making shit up.
No, you're making shit up. I don't fucking cry.
She's trying to gaslight me. Fucking damn.
Isn't that a GM's job, is to gaslight their players?
I guess.
What color do you want your border to be, Siren?
Need like a dark blue.
Oh my god, so many blue.
I'm already dark blue. Fuck,
Oh,
you can't have it.
I don't know.
This is my color. It's now taken.
Blurple.
Blurple.
Purple. Purple. Perfect.
I'll say it's a great sword, but it's also like very thin, so it looks like a long sword.
Mm-hmm.
Secondary weapon.
Like an S stock? Those are like the really thin, long swords, but they're also very long.
Hey, I hope Nox is doing okay. He's the one we're waiting on.
What you need?
How you doing?
I'm fine. I literally cannot do character creation while people are talking, so I have to deafen every time I do something.
Yeah, that's fair. That's understandable. Everybody has their own way of doing things. I'm just checking in on you, making sure you're okay and you don't have any questions.
Yeah, no. I'm good.
Okay. So you could go ahead and deafen again because you're making your sheet. You got a picture or anything?
Not for the guy.
Are you going to use Derpy for your giant cat?
No.
That didn't sound convincing at all.
No. I know what her name is. I'm trying to figure out, like, the stats, because it defaulted to like, baby stats for babies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Ah, there it is. Okay, cool. Yay. Boom.
There's Nox's cat right there.
Teh!
You have to be nice to me.
No. We've been over this last
Nice
night.
to Nox? Never.
No. It's not allowed. We all stand derpy in this house. Sweet baby.
I still haven't
I'm
seen that
trying to get-
movie.
I have. I saw it in the
So
theaters.
good. It is so good.
What, K-pop?
It wasn't gay enough, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
That
It's
one.
not quite gay enough, but my niece, not my niece, my second cousin, the 7-year-old loves it. She sings with it.
I have
Ooh, that's
opinions,
cute.
but I'm not going to voice them.
Hmm.
I might be a dingus, but I don't know how to edit
You
my
are.
sheet. It's true.
What are you trying to edit?
What are you trying to edit?
I accidentally double posted my one experience.
Oh. Fuck. Oh. Over by effects on the right side of your sheet below presence and knowledge, you'll see a little wrench. Hit that and then hit experiences.
Oh.
And then just edit the bottom one.
Best.
Where is this again?
There's a little wrench next to effects on your sheet.
I don't have that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
What?
Yeah, no wrench. Gee.
Okay.
Um,
Then
There are.
that's how I'm accessing it. I don't.
That's probably because you're the GM.
Yeah. Tell you what, DM me your experience and its name, and I'll edit it.
Okay. I'll edit
Since
the-
it's being difficult.
I'll send you the second one because the first one is fine.
You have us, for our sheet specifically, you have each individual one listed as owner, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it might just be a GM versus player thing that's really stupid. I don't know why it would
Yeah.
lock it out. That's kind of dumb.
Like I said, it's not an officially supported tabletop. They don't have any officially supported for Foundry. They do for Roll20 though, but I haven't done anything on Roll20 in ages. So
Oh, gross.
there we go. Fixed.
Oh, hell yeah. So what are your experiences?
Please tell us what your experiences are.
Alright, due to intense, diligent training, she has a stoic and poised demeanor. This combined with her height and dark clothing makes her, at first glance, appear to be a frightening figure. The second one is a bleeding heart. Despite her human heritage, Zahn comes from a long line of doctors. This gives her a developed sense of empathy for others, a drive to see those she cares for safe and unharmed. She is willing, and often, puts the safety of others above her own. You know, tank stuff.
Okay. I like it. Let's hope that doesn't bite you in the ass later on.
It probably will, but that's to be expected.
It's okay. I have the counter. Watch your back for that, so it's fine.
Okay. Is Nox still deafened?
No, I'm here. Hello.
Okay. So now what I am going to go over is just basic warnings of this game. Like I said, the tones that I'm going for can be a little bit on the dark and a dark side, depending on what you do toward the end. Something could be added to those tones and it could be disturbing, maybe a little bit stressful, and depending on the actions you take at that time, it can result in character death. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to describe it in a way that doesn't give away what's going on, but it all depends upon how you approach things during this. We'll just call it an event because I can't think of a better word. So, yeah. How's your character creation going? Oh, I love the name of your little dude, Misha.
Misha. She's a lynx. And she's very
Aw.
big.
She's very big.
Of course, I
Sweet
named the cat before I named the guy.
Yeah, that is true. You did.
It's fine.
Would you like to talk about your experiences?
Where are they? There they are. Every pop-up is everywhere. I will post mine one too. I'm essentially building this guy as like a he's like an adventurer on like crack. He has so much wanderlust. He loves like going everywhere, which is his first experience, the road less traveled. He's always ready to go somewhere else, do something new, but that means he gets antsy if he's in the same place for too long. He's like, where are we gonna go? I want to leave.
I want to go.
I also put that part of that he's a bit of an adrenaline junkie. And then the second bit kind of ties into Misha. Better together. I've never been alone, and I intend to keep it that way. He's had Misha his whole life and her whole life. So he's always like working with someone and taking others' advice. He loves working with people, but that means he can't work alone very well. Alone meaning like
Okay.
alone. If he has Misha, he's fine, but without Misha, he's like, oh, he's a wreck.
Oh no.
If you kill Misha, I will sob on camera.
Taps fingers together.
Okay.
Can I go with you?
No,
Please.
he's like assertive. He's not. He's not a little bitch. I gotta crop Misha's image, otherwise I'm gonna get a whole profile picture of Link's paw, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Just Link's paw.
It's just
That's
the
all
paw.
we need.
I want
Just
her
the paw.
face.
It is now canon that all Links are absolutely massive in this world. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know how old like creatures in this game live, but I don't know.
It is on the World Anvil how long each of your races live, but I can quickly rattle them off for you.
Yeah, but I mean like creatures. Like
Oh,
my idea was that
average-
he's had Misha as long as they've both been alive
Yeah.
and they're both like adults.
I would say, like, when you beast bind to a creature through nature magic, which is in a fawn's wheelhouse, it does tie their lifespan to yours. You are
Yay.
a fawn.
Mhm.
So, how long you live is roughly 90 to 110 years. Humans are, by design in this world, I chose it this way on purpose, the shortest lived mortal race. And elementals are the longest lived at 1,000 years.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over where you guys came from, that you're going to put into your biographies. Your pronouns, your age, your faith, which of the 13 gods you follow the most closely. I'm leaving Paha and Zaylor off the list because they are decidedly evil gods, and you are deeply frowned upon if you follow them. You are like outcasted from society completely because of how they came into being. So there's also background and connections, and we're going to go over that now. So please fill in your character's age, your pronouns, which of the gods you follow most closely. And then we're going to go through, talk about backgrounds, where you're originally from, maybe a little bit about that area to enrich a little bit more on that spot in the world. And so to give your character a deeper connection to the world as well. And what local events happened.
Is it an option to not feel close to any of the gods? Is none an option?
Yeah, it is an option. It's considered weird because, like, you literally have the gods walking around on the world.
Okay, so
At least-
I do have an idea for that.
Hello? Thank you.
Hello?
Sorry about that. I accidentally hit a button.
But yeah, I do have an idea for that, that I'll DM you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because you don't want to reveal that. Okay. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, that works. Misha! So, I know you were mentioning something about Pit Crew earlier, Nox. Go ahead and take your time with that. Yeah, while Shade's messaging me with stuff to put in, like, the biography, if you have any questions on how long your race generally lives, please don't feel free to ask. I mean, this is a world out of my head. It's not Elder Scrolls this time, so you're not going to necessarily know unless you're like digging real deep on the world anvil. Please don't all jump at once.
Sorry. My eyes hurt.
Eyes do generally sometimes do that.
All right, so do we just like list the characteristics, or
You look on your sheet and you click the biography tab, you can enter it there.
okie dokie? So where did you say the Orderborn were more likely to come from?
Major cities, temples, or basically military orders, stuff like that. So you would have like the major cities of the world, like the capitals, is Snowshorn, Elder Tree, Kravik's Hold, Axelom, Zandrak, Lith, Nala, Amsrest, Shushi, and yeah, those are the major capitals of the world. And any that you see with like the names that are larger towns, like Bullwish, Goldendale, Hafford are all large towns. Port Tassa is a huge town, is one of the biggest ports other than Snowshorn. Where else? You also have Auburn's Keep, which is a major like military stronghold for the dwarves because they're that close to rule down here. And Fasil is a pretty big town too.
So you said that the humans come from the kingdom of Saran, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What would be the biggest metropolitan place on Saran?
Snowshorn,
Snowshorn?
the capital.
Okay, cool. So that makes sense.
Big human city. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So you can come up with any sort of order, whether they follow a god or they follow an ideal that they want with the world. Maybe for instance, your order is repairing the damage that they've done to the world. So there's like a Monsantic tradition around that. It doesn't necessarily have to follow a god. More or less, it follows an ideal or a rule set. Because, like, in this world, the gods are the gods. They exist. They're, like, 3 of the gods are the moons in the sky. So there's 3 moons in this world. Also the sun, the land that you walk on, and there's 6 of the gods that walk around. And it is said that Sulthasor, the creator god, is the stars in the sky. And basically just the outer scope of the entirety of the world. They are the creation.
I got some background in there. Where did it go?
Okay.
Oh, that was terrifying. For some reason my background vanishes when I save and close the editor.
Oh. Are you hitting the little save and close button inside the box?
Oh no, it's gone. What?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, what? I did it. I hit the button.
Let me test something here. Saved for me. Let me close it and reopen it. Yeah, it saved for me. Weird.
There might
not
be,
saving.
you might be desynced. Refresh.
Yeah, that's true. You might be desynced.
Sintran's Rest, is that like a settlement?
Syndron's Rest? Yeah, that is a settlement. That's generally where Syndron likes to go. That's like where his home is.
Since he would be my main god. Can I
He
have
would
the
be
order?
everybody's main god. He is the god of mortals.
Cool. Well, that works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna sell him an
He is the one
expired
that came up
orange.
with... Yeah, he's the one that came up with the idea to create sentient mortal creatures and populate the world with it. And he made them. As a whole. With the help of Solthasor.
T.
So anyways, chat, Daggerheart. It is a system. I bought it for my birthday. And now I'm going to subject my friends to it. It's fun.
Sleepy.
I know, how dare I? I'm awful. So let's talk about where each of your characters came from in this world. Shade, where did your character come from?
So what I'm writing is that Malcolm came from Snowshorn, and he was born into essentially the biggest crime family that leads the main crime syndicate in Snowshorn called the Sithvale Syndicate. And the family is called the Blackwood family.
Okay.
He was considered the black sheep of the family, being one of the youngest members to actually do shit. Or rather, not youngest, he was the middle child. And when he basically got enough scrutiny for not doing what he was told or not doing things the way that they wanted to, he left and changed his last name. And he tries to stay as far away from Snowshorn as possible.
Oh boy.
So he's from Snowshorn?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Neato.
Okay. So you came from a crime family. You know, like, the seedy underbelly of the city. And this
Yep.
is where I am in general going. Actually, no, we'll put it in lore. Show you a map of the city itself. Give me a hot minute, because I have it in different folder. At least I thought I did. Wait, I think I know where it is. I know where it is. At least I think. Wait, what the heck? Where did that folder go? Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, there it is. I'm blind as hell. Hello. Here is a city map of Snowshorn.
Okay.
So you got the Beggars District, which is on the outside of the gates. This district was born out of one of the rebellions against the dynasty. They, out of fear of losing power, locked all the poor people outside the city for so long that that district popped up. People built homes out there and restarted their lives. So that's where that came from. Market Way is where all the markets are. The Bowl, as it's called, is the kind of like middle class district. It is called the Bowl because it's kind of built over a depression a little bit that's kind of bowl shaped. So there's like some of the houses lean a little bit, especially towards the center, and that tends to be where the cheaper houses are. The docks is where all the warehouses and the shipping stuff is, and the high point is the Noble District. And Bay Squall is a new district that has popped up in the last 200 years because the city is getting so big. It is kind of a lower middle class district. Because it's so close to High Point, it is more readily patrolled, unlike the Beggars District. And then you have Blackscale Keep, which is where the palace is. And you have the False Squire, which is where all the temples are.
Yeah, I think the way that the Sithvale Syndicate would operate is that a lot of their stuff may have recently moved to the Bay Squall district just because it's not patrolled as often. But I think that they would have dealings with higher nobility to make stuff happen for them, so that they can get the people who don't have things to the appropriate places, kind of like Robin Hood-esque stuff, but...
So you would also... the Syndicate would also heavily operate in the Beggars District, too.
Correct.
Which is the very poor district.
Yes, they would have... The way that I would see it is that they operate in the Beggars District and the Bay Squall District, but they have, like, a couple of hidden warehouses along the docks that are not marked. And they would typically take stuff and try to fluctuate trade through the entirety of the city so that the Beggar District has anything offered on lower prices, which is where my character would have learned how to con people.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And please do note that on your sheet. Please do note that on your sheet, now that you have that available to you. Let's shake it up, Krim. What were you thinking? Where's your character from? Like, truly Were they born in Siran, or were they born in their homeland?
What is the Centaur's homeland?
The Centaur's homeland is Vith, all the way
Vith.
over on the other continent. There's Nala, Miran, Leowin. Totally not a reference to anything, I promise. What? How could you accuse me of that? Shut up.
I was leaning a tiny bit towards
Ladali.
Riverwood.
Ladali is a fun name. I like that one. And Vadith, which is the port city.
I was leaning a bit towards Riverwood if that wasn't too weird.
To where?
Riverwood.
Oh, all the way down in the south? Yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah. It is the open field area of Amora, the land of the elves.
You just had
That's
to
where
have
they
a
grow all their
Riverwood.
I wanted it to be in Riverwood.
Shut up! Don't accuse me of anything. I don't know what
Look,
you're talking about.
It is an iconic location name, so
Yes,
you know,
totally.
if I didn't
isn't
say it, somebody else would.
referencing anything.
The River Trader is all you need in a general store.
Okay. So what brings you over to Zofa's Reach, the northern peninsula of Siran?
She had been paid to travel with somebody to carry their luggage, of course.
I'm sworn to carry your burdens.
I'm sworn to carry your
You
burdens.
don't have to sound happy about it.
And they stiffed her on the gold, so she can't go
Ooh.
back.
So now
Oh,
she's
what an
stuck,
asshole.
and she's looking for a job to make the money to take a ship back.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds very good. Please do note that on your sheet. Nox, are you alive or muted?
Hi.
Hi. So, where does your character come from? Your fawn. Born outside the homeland or inside the homeland? Do you want to come from Siran, or do you want to come from the land of the fawns, Tula?
He probably would have come from the homeland.
Okay. We have North Point, Yaren, Yalin, which are twin towns, and Illith, which is the capital.
And can you tell me a bit about the smaller towns?
Yaren is predominantly a foraging town. They tend to forage a lot of herbs there, and it services the entirety of Tula. They ship it out, they move it out all across the lands. North Point is a fishing town for the entirety of Tula, because it gets a lot of cold water fish up there. Yalin is a timber town, and Illith is a fabrication town, like, you know, refining the lumber and all that sort of stuff.
Let's go Urine.
You're in? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're from the town that likes to collect herbs and specializes in drying them and shipping them off all across the place and getting the rare stuff. They even sail across to God's Landing, which is where the more rare stuff and more magically inclined stuff is, because that is rumored as to where the corporeal gods landed on Sanduria after it was created, back in the Age of Creation. Fun fact, that is where the strongest wood in all of Sanduria comes from, called pearl wood. A lot of staves are made out of that.
Hell yeah.
So lots of value on that island, and it is very controlled by both the elementals and the fawns, because it's between their two nations.
Cool. Yay. I don't know how old he was when he started wandering, but he's been wandering for a long time.
Very long time.
He, like, I don't know, found this cat and was like...
And was like, "You're mine now, bitch."
Yeah, my thought was like, you know how like in Japan they raise their kids to be like really self-sufficient, like kindergartners can like do shit on their own. I'm
yeah,
imagining
they go into like combinis and they do their shopping and stuff.
Yeah, I'm imagining he was raised like that, so he just like walked out into the woods, found this like lynx cub, and was like, picked it up, took it back home, just like, Mom, look what I found.
And the fun part is it's a Tula giant lynx. So your mom freaked the fuck out. I was like, what are you doing with that?
She likes me.
If you want, you can have Misha act a little like Derpy, just fixating on a particular object and trying to fix it.
Oh, I will.
Yes. I love it.
She's with him. He's a bad influence.
Hmm.
She's a very noble kitty most of the time.
Most of the time, then you got the kitty.
And
in
then
ya.
she's stupid.
So Hermes, my cat.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for making my cat in the game.
Orange.
Orange. Marie, how you doing over there? You doing good?
You sleepy.
You sleepy. We're getting close to done. I promise. And you go sleepy after.
Okay.
So, my question is, you said your character is from the spine of the world. Do you want to be on the lower end where there's less snow on the mountains, less glaciers, or do you want to be in the cold side?
She lived in the shit. It
in
fucking
the
sucks
shits.
there.
So, the closest town I can think of toward the shits side of the spine of the world is either Icelorn or Windshear Point. I forgot
I'm
to
thinking
put a
like
border
okay,
around that one.
just okay.
Okay, so out in the fucking shits. So, you're
Yeah, it's
out
like
in the
you
shits.
maybe got a trader once a year.
Yeah,
by.
that sort of thing, and it's like dried fruits and vegetables to bring to your order and stuff. The most frequent visitors you would get is a dragon or two flying in and turning into their elven forms and just checking in on you guys, going, "Hey, you guys fucking alive, man? You good? You handling the snow?" And you guys are like all covered in icicles and just like shaky thumbs up from the cold.
Actually, you know what? I was thinking. I just remembered what I was thinking. I was thinking actually kind of like more like kind of here.
Okay. Up toward the top?
Like,
All right.
not quite in an actual pass, like, but like kind of like
Mm-hmm.
they have
There
access
is-
to both trade routes.
Yes. They do have access to both trade routes, and in fact, what is not marked on the map that we could have is there is a little path through the mountains there, just like a one-person path. You have to walk single file, and there's like a cliff off of one side. And you have to be
That's
very
fucking
careful
perfect for,
about your movements. And given you are a Brockfeet and naturally sure-footed and very agile, you are able to handle that path quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say the most frequent dragon... Yeah. Your most frequent dragon visitors would be the king himself, Eric Blackscale, and his steward and right hand, Surthan, who is a green dragon. And also gay. He has 2 children and a husband.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, this world is extreme LGBTQ friendly. Like,
I hope so.
there's
so
like a couple gay rulers. Not Erig. Erig is like demisexual. Unfortunate.
I love how
Goodbye,
that's
Dragon.
the book.
Yeah. Yeah. Goodbye, Dragon Malign. But yeah, in fact, one of the gods is gay. It is actually Achiel, the god of magic. He is interested in men exclusively. All right. So there's that. And the current ruler of Thonburi is actually gay. So this world is extremely LGBTQ friendly. It is the ideal, essentially. The only form of like conflict is what humans did in the past and centered around that. That's the black mark. And that's where I'm going to get into the major thing that is still a point of tension, even though it seems like such a mild problem. It is called the Fulf Biscuit controversy. This, I will actually bring it up on World Anvil and read to you the controversy itself. So the Fulf Biscuit controversy was born back in the end of the Age of Destruction when the final dynasty of human rulers were in charge of Siran. They were created at the end of the First Great Famine to save a great many people from dying. Having one biscuit fills a full-grown man's belly for an entire day, so it is magically laced. So, yeah, and this was back before humans lost their magic. They were praised as a gift sent by the gods and said as such by the current ruler, Theodore Mayent III. He said the gods brought a fawn to aid them, who gladly aided them as well. It was discovered under Erig Blackscale's rule early in the Age of Renewal that Luva Fulf, the fawn said in the creation of the biscuit, was a prisoner and violently tortured to use her nature magic to make the Fulf biscuit in mass. This cruelty continued through Luva's children until just before Erig Blackscale took the throne. The final ruler of the Mayent dynasty, Leopold IV, killed the elderly Luva and all of her grandchildren, and sunk their bodies in the bay under the ice floes. The knowledge of this ended the Fulf biscuit as a traditional winter celebration food for most of the world, where people eat them for a week up to Solthasor Sparks, which is the final holiday of the year, the final day of the year. And a common insult these days is to tell people to eat Fulf or choke on Fulf as a way to tell them to shut up and they are foolish. People do still eat the biscuit to this day, but only in rare situations or dire situations. This biscuit is marked as a point in the change of the destructive nature of humans and gave them introspection. Many humans still regard the biscuit in a positive light and celebrate Luva in the fact that it made humans turn away from the corruption of Zaylor. So that is just an indication of like the turning point. That's why this one little biscuit is so important. It led to the downfall of the Mayent dynasty and the end of the Age of Destruction. It is a very important object where most of the world does not like them anymore. Humans regard them as a turning point and a good thing, even with its violent past. So there you go. That's the sort of things you guys can help me build into.
Okay.
And you can still buy Fulf biscuits in Siran. You won't find them outside Siran, though, as most of the world does not make them unless it's super duper dire. Like, oh my god, we need rations, sort of thing.
Maybe the predominant excuse me. Maybe the predominant supplier of the full biscuit now is the Sithvale Syndicate.
Yes. there would have to be somebody proficient in nature magic within the syndicate.
Of course.
Because the full biscuit is heavily made of magic. I will give you a small description of the biscuit. It is a small, chewy biscuit loaded with spices and fat and imbued with nature magic to fill a person's stomach all day. While the biscuit can be a lifesaver on travels or in a dire pinch, many people do not like eating them due to their dark origins.
Okay. Yeah, this
It is a cultural food.
Gotcha.
So those of you who are not human in this game might find it a little unsettling to see them like laid out on trays in storefronts and shit and go, what the fuck? Especially those of you not from Saran. Like, for instance, Mara, you might be used to it because you do get deliveries of full biscuits in your order because of where your place is located. But for those of you from outside, like Nox's character and Nima, it may be unsettling as hell to see them, especially for Nox's character because Nox is a fawn.
You're about to cause problems.
So if we were to put it on a scale, fawns really think it's sacrilegious to have a full biscuit. You won't fucking touch it with a 10-foot pole sort of thing.
He just sees it, just like,
This makes
see.
me feel icky.
So that's who I'm working with.
Yeah.
Yum.
All right, Siren, did we cover you yet? Where you're from, that sort of thing?
Not yet.
Okay.
I was thinking my character might have some history in Snowshorn.
Okay.
Maybe that's where they are originally from.
Okay,
But I was
so
thinking-
like grew up there sort of thing, but moved
Yeah.
somewhere else?
I was thinking like the main like headquarters of her order, the Order of the Dove would be situated in Cimarron's Rest. Cimarron's Rest.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, their
Cimarron's
deal
Rest.
is kind of like, along with like making up for past mistakes, they also like cherish mortal life and want to like protect it as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. Falling in Syndron's ideals.
Yeah, and like not to kill as little as possible. Like they
Yeah.
protect the weak, but they don't but they prefer non-violent means of doing it.
Okay. I like it.
They don't like taking
I
mortal
will-
life.
Yeah, I will say, because of where you currently live and the sort of work that you currently do and the god that you serve, you have met Syndron a few times. And in fact, I would say the first time you met him, you thought he was just some dude who just wears furs and is like just a hunter that hunts around the nearby forests. And then, like, your elder just like, no, that's Syndron. And so I will show you what Syndron looks like. That is Syndron. He wears armor. He wears furs. He is sometimes geared to the teeth like that, sometimes not. Sometimes dressed as a hunter. And he looks absolutely normal. Some of the gods do show their divinity through either glowing eyes. He is one that just makes himself look like an ordinary person.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, if it's all right with you, you got thrown off the first time you met him and you were told, no, that is the god of mortals.
Just like, oh.
Oh, God. He just turns and goes, yeah.
Not worthy. We're not worthy.
He has a dry humor.
Hell yeah.
He almost does dad jokes, too. which is hilarious.
Hell yeah.
All right, are we missing anybody here? Am I missing anybody? Nope. Okay. Awesome. So we got that all covered. Is there anything finer points you want to add? I have already settled that you guys are starting kind of all together just to like, so we don't take up like 3 sessions getting used to each other. So if you want, you guys can share little tidbits you would know about each other. We already know that some of you are trying to get money to go back home, or you're just trying to make the world a better place, that sort of thing. So you guys can talk about that if you wish. Or if you have any questions or any more issues with character creation, you can ask. My original plan was to have you start on the road. I think what I'm going to do, given the situation, is I am going to alter it, and you are going to start up in Snowshorn.
Oh boy.
Sound good?
Oh,
I think that would be best, honestly. So it's not as jarring and it's more smooth, and you guys are deciding to work together to try and get some money so some of you could get back home to the other continent, or, you know, just get out of a situation. And I'd say you're more on the outskirts toward Westgate in Snowshorn, which is on the edge of the Beggars District and High Point. Right up against the wall. Okay. Anything else you guys would like to add today? Because I think that is everything on the checklist. I did asking questions, inspiration.
I'm writing you some things about the Blackwoods, but that's about it.
Okay. So it does recommend in the book to do an introductory scene to help set the stage for session 1. This can be non-canon or serve as a jumping point for the campaign. So why don't we do... I think we should honestly do that so we could get a feel for how this works. So I'm just going to actually change the music first off, because we've been listening to this one for hours. Oh god, it's not letting me stop it! Oh no!
I'm keeping it because it has hooves in it. It's Nima.
Well, it wasn't letting me stop it. I may have gotten desynced. It's like, oh no, we're never gonna stop hearing soft lady chanting for the rest of our lives. Okay. So, I set the scene. You are up against these tall walls. They stand about 100 feet tall. You're currently in West Point, which is a nicer looking, tightly packed area of Snowshorn. Actually, not that song. That's too tense. That's a little too
I'm gonna
tense for
attack
the
the wall.
situation.
Because this is what the music
I
insinuates.
cast Fireball.
Fireball! Do 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 do.
It like
Um,
up the wall.
and I want you guys to set the stage. How did you guys meet? How did you guys come together and form this group that is going to make a little bit of money on the roads of the Great Pine Forest?
I would definitely say that with his appearance being massively changed for reasons as to himself, Malcolm would definitely be in the middle of one of his cons far away enough from syndicate enforcers to where it looks like he's an actual merchant. And he's trying to peddle quote-unquote goods that he found within the Great Pine Forest near Timberview.
Okay. So I will let you know that a big problem that could be a launching point for this campaign is the Jagged Knife Bandits are a problem around Timberview and the southern Great Pine Forest. They tend to like to attack travelers on the road and take their goods and their money and all sorts of things and take it back to their camp. The good thing about where you're currently at in Westgate is that the enforcers of the syndicate generally don't like to go around there because guard work right directly around the great wall that encircles Snowshorn is heavier, and they're very noticeable, and a large portion of the guards are non-human, meaning they have magic availability, especially around that area. It becomes humans out into the Beggars District and into the Bay Squall District. They tend to put humans out in those areas because it's not, quote-unquote, as important to protect. So that's why the Syndicate operates in those two areas, and not Westgate, not High Point, not the Bull, because like elves and centaurs and fauns tend to operate those areas, and they have magic availability to them to enforce things.
Yeah, so he would stray far away in this particular case from that area and probably be more... I think he would probably be in the Market District when he's trying to do all this conning, because it's a good way for him to kind of fade into the background in case something bad something bad happens and goes wrong.
Okay. Sounds good. So you're deciding to be over at Market Way or in the Market District in Westgate?
Yeah.
The little square. Okay. So you're over there. You have a rickety little stand just kind of sitting up and ready to go, and you do see a older human woman guiding two children, one of them a human, the other like a little baby fawn. And the little baby fawn does have a candy and a few gold in hand, and is walking past you, holding this older human lady's hand, and looking over to you, just kind of sucking on their little rock candy as you're setting up your little thing.
He's
little sweet little fawn kid.
he's in the middle of smoking a cigarette as he's like hammering the sign down that just says Griswold's Knickknacks, and he's like putting a crate up onto like the little stand as he spots the kid and smiles really brightly. He throws the cigarette away and he looks to the couple. Oh, could might I borrow a minute of your time real quick? I see that you have a child that is missing a very, very nice quality of life item, specifically from Timberview. If you're interested, please step closer so I can tell you more.
And the older lady comes closer, holding both kids' hands. Which child?
He motions to the one sucking on the candy.
The little kid's just looking up. Oh, this is my neighbor's son. What seems to be the problem? What is he missing?
There's no problem at all. No problem at all. But what I would like to say is that it seems that he in particular seems to be missing a very good quality of life item for any child of any childhood, in particular human, fawn, what have you. And he pulls out like this really rickety like wooden puppet. It's really poorly painted, but there's like a little lever on the side that has like when he pulls it, the arm goes up into like a little gesture, And as he shakes the bottom of it, has like little dangly legs. This right here is what we call a nice little toy soldier, or in this case, coming from Timberview, we call it a Timberview mercenary. Now these guys are heroes of that land because they make sure that those, you said jagged knife bandits, right?
Yes, jagged knife bandits.
They make nice and sure that the properties of the Timberview residents are not bothered by those dastardly jagged knife bandits. And I assure you that if he has this by his side, he will realize who the true heroes of Timberview are and will know that the Great Pine Forest is safe for people like him.
She just gives a nod. I see. What do you think? And the kid pulls the candy out of the mouth. Mama has toys for me at home. Why is the man talking like that? Now we don't ask questions like that.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all, my dear boy. It's just a local dialect, you see. I'm from the Beggars District here in Snowshoe, and a lot of us talk like this when we're fast talking. Don't worry about it, kid. But easily enough.
I'm a girl.
Girl, boy, whatever. It doesn't matter. Everything's fluid nowadays.
Oh, God.
So
Can I
are
ask you to roll? I'm gonna ask you to do a presence roll first.
So are we supposed to know each other yet at this point for this like?
Rocket, my character call
like
him out.
vignette thing or like?
Yeah, while this scene is going on, let's find out where everybody else is during this scene. Okay, where are the rest of you? Because this is right up against the wall in Westgate, right? Really tall stone walls next to you, tightly packed streets, a little bit nicer looking than the Baker's District, but not by much. This is where people in the Baker's District tend to shop, while all the houses down there are rickety because of the level of moisture in this area and the level of snow and ice in this area. The woods of the houses are warped and just the houses are essentially on top of each other. The roads are muddy. There's a lot of noise and just a little bit of a smell as well, because it is the Baker's District. So what are the rest of you doing? Let's start with Nox.
Do we know each other at this point, or is this how we're meeting?
This is how you're meeting. This is to set up for session 1.
Cool. Hey Shade, how loud are you?
Typical merchant volume. I would say that he's being loud enough to get the attention of, the people he's talking to on the street. Whether anyone's paying attention to him is another ordeal altogether. But I did want to ask Sol real quick, since you did tell me to roll something.
Yeah.
So I click presence, and then I just click roll, right? There's no advantage or disadvantage?
Yeah, just straight roll.
Considering that this is him doing his typical con artist thing, can I apply con artist to it?
Yes.
Okay.
You could do a +2 to it.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Mara right now is gonna be a perfect mark for him to
20 with hope.
to con.
So
Perfect.
yeah, mark yourself off a hope.
That's so good.
So you should now be up to 3 hope. You do manage to succeed. The older lady, because you were talking so fast, she is a older human woman, probably in her early 70s. The little human child is clearly her grandchild, and the fawn kid may be the child's friend that she's watching. Like a neighbor, like she mentioned. And she's trying to keep up with the words, and she's not quite, and she's getting a little confused, and she just nods, and she's getting overwhelmed, so she just, yes, how much would it be? A handful? Or Just a couple pieces.
Oh, not a handful at all, my dear. It's just a simple 1 gold. It's a simple toy for a simple child, that's all. Something to remind
yes.
him who protects who at night.
And she pulls out her little coin purse, and she just, as like both kids, cling to her aprons, and she pops it open, pulls out a gold piece, and hands it to you for the toy.
Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business. And if you ever have your friends, please tell them about Griswold's, whatever I wrote. He hands the toy to the kid.
Does he
real.
literally say that?
Yeah, because he's not...
Griswold's whatever I wrote.
Griswold's goods. That should work. And he takes the coin, puts it in his pocket, and kneels down to the fawn girl, hands it to her. Now remember, kid, these woodland mercenaries, they're your friends. So if you ever venture into the forest and you find yourself at arms with one of those dagger fiend bandits, Timberview, make sure to find them there, all right? And he smiles.
Okay, talk to strangers in the forest. Got it.
Can my character come by next? Because I feel like she would be like a perfect mark for Malcolm right now.
Okay, yes, absolutely. Fresh out of the mountains, spine of the world, enjoying the slightly cooler temperatures than the blasting winds
You mean
of the
warmer?
mountains. Yeah, slightly warmer temperatures rather than the blasting icy winds of the northern spine of the world. You are able to get some reprieve. The only thing is you're trading off the icy winds for Baker's District smell.
So as the trio kind of shuffle off to wherever the fuck they're going, you see somebody coming, kind of approaching from the kind of like around the north. She's just kind of like wandered around the side of the town, or the like.
Okay.
She seems like she's come from the road, but she's not gone through like the main town. She's kind of like stuck the outskirts, and now she's kind of working her way back in.
Okay.
She looks very uncomfortable. Like she's kind of like she's dressed very warmly, somehow too warmly for this, frankly, still frigid climate. But she seems like she's like hugging herself. Like she looks like she's cold, but she's just kind of drawn into herself. Because this is more people than she has ever seen in her life combined.
Easily spotted.
So she's like kind of like her eyes are darting around and her nose crinkles at the smell.
Target acquired.
She's got this kind of like durable but relatively light pack on that's got some. This is just kind of out of the blue. Would it be plausible for her to have like snowshoes hanging from her pack?
Yes.
Like that feels like something.
Absolutely. I mean,
And then
like,
a
you're
staff
sure-footed, but
kinda-
you're the more human variant of the Brockfee, so you need shoes. You don't have clawed pod digigrade legs. So
Yeah. So she's got like snowshoes hanging from her pack, and like a kind of a staff wedged in behind, like kind of like wedged between her back and the staff pack itself. And she's just walking by, like eyes wide.
okay.
Seeing this, Malcolm's going to smile a little deviously and shout over to her.
Target's been acquired.
You there, lady? You
Got it,
look like
boys.
you look like you're a little chilly there. He's motioning over to her. Can I offer you a tincture of warmth by chance?
She's like, her eyes stay wide. She's just locked onto you, like staring you down.
He motions you over with the hand.
Unsettlingly. Yeah, she walks over hesitantly. Oh, I'm not actually cold. It's actually pretty warm here.
Could have fooled me.
But, that seems like it could probably be useful.
Well, you definitely look like that you're from the more northern regions of the land, so, you going on an expedition, or you new here in town?
Oh, I just got here. Is it normally like this?
Crowded?
Yeah?
Oh, very much
This
so. You're in the
is-
market district.
This is where I tell you the start date. Give me a hot sec to pull up the. Oop, wrong button. Nope, not in there. Where did you go? Advanced tools. Ah, there it is. Calendars. I do need to tell you the start date. I think it was here in this month. No. I do know. It was in exactly what.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, sorry. It's taken me a hot moment to find it. I could have sworn I had it down, that I saved it. Summer's Height.
16 of Summer's Height, 4659.
You stop. Ah, here it is. Here's the start month. It just seems like my my entry got erased, which is annoying. So, it is the 11th of first fall, and the day is Gillis, which is the third day of the week. So it is in the fall. It is the start of fall. And it is starting to get a little bit nippy outside. So that sets that up for you.
So we said the 11th of first fall, the day of Gillis, which is the third day of the week?
Yes.
Okay.
And the moons are starting to trend toward a rare event known as the Void Nights, where all the moons are new, and that is a time of celebration. Just like when all the moons are full.
Is there by chance anything that you need on this wonderful Solthazar blessed day of Gillis? He smiles.
Well, let me think here. Well, what was that you mentioned earlier? The warmth?
Ah, yes, you're talking about the tincture of warmth. It's a little vial, and he like pulls out a small glass vial with like a coffee brown liquid in it. It gives you a little hint of warmth when you drink it, and it's very useful on your cold days that are within the depths of winter. Now, I tell you what, since you're new in town, and you look like you said you're not cold, but you look like you're traveling to someplace cold, I'd give this away for a paltry sum of 2 gold pieces, because usually this sells for 10. Now imagine if this was bigger.
Can I see that for a minute? You said it just makes you warm.
Very much so, my
I'll
lady.
have to,
And he hands it to you.
Is it magical? Or
That is a very good question. You are handed that. Your primary thing is instinct. So, let's see, what would fit this situation? Roll me a knowledge roll.
Oh.
Because you're trying to analyze something.
Could I use Frontier Mage towards this because that's the kind of thing that I would expect traders
Okay.
to have kind of like tried to peddle something similar.
Let's see. Frontier Mage, Mars life on inhospitable ice-scapes of the spine of the world has conditioned her to always be prepared for whatever situation she may find herself in. Death comes swiftly for those ill prepared for the snow. I would say yeah. Because you know how to identify things that prepare you for the icy, icy cold of the spine of the world, the coldest mountain range in all of Sandoria.
As you're analyzing it, Malcolm leans forward. It's certain, not per se magical in a literal sense, but there is a certain magic to it. All you need to do is merely heat it up over an open fire, and it will get really warm really quick. If you want to consider it magical, then by all means. You can still analyze it, of course.
I'm just gonna roll for like before he says
Okay.
that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What does 12 with fear mean?
I gain a fear, and your fear is your highest. Let's see what... He did tell you that it is not magical per se, and that you heat it up just after you analyze that. I do still gain a fear from that. Let's see.
She just stares him down like you heat it up.
Yeah,
Over
you
a fire.
initially... Yeah, let's do this. Because you are doing it against another player, Shade, I want you to roll a presence for your deception against that 12.
I'm gonna actually look something up real quick.
You need to beat a 12, and I would say, you just need to beat a 12, and if you get a fear, something may happen.
Could I use this?
Deaf Deceiver. Let me pull up your sheet.
It's spend a hope to gain advantage on roll to deceive or trick someone into believing a lie you tell them.
Yes, you can.
Okay, and considering I'm still doing con artist, would I be able to add that to my presence roll?
I will give you the advantage, but not con artist.
Okay,
Because you are dealing with a person who knows how to operate in the cold.
very well.
Okay, so first off, you got a hope, so you get that hope back, but you did not beat. She does. So you do technically perceive that, hey, this is a human seems like to be potting me tea.
It's coffee.
Sounds like tea. It sounds like coffee.
So let me see if I'm understanding this.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I heat it up on a fire
yeah.
and it warms me up.
Well, you drink it, of course, because it's a tincture. Like I said, you gotta consume it.
I'm
What
gonna
is
say you
special
don't
about
pop it
this?
open to smell it because you did roll that fear, and I am going to spend that fear so you don't open it.
Okay, but still, it's like, what exactly is special about this? I can do the same thing with water from a stream.
Are you by chance some sort of, you also an adventuring type? Do you have the tools available to heat something up from the water from a stream to make sure that the water is completely purified and not diluted? I can tell you for sure that comes from water that is diluted and completely pure, mixed with whatever ingredients are in it, of course.
Yeah, but the stream, it's free.
But this is a quality product, ma'am.
Also, I don't have that. What? I might have some like pelts I could trade you for something.
Well, pelts
I
are
will
really
say
wonderful. Sorry, go
while
on.
this is going on, and part of the fear token I spent, that would trigger a couple other of the players to hear what is going on. Sound good?
That's perfectly fine, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so with the spending of that fear, let's say Nox and Krim's character hears this loud discussion of this human man trying to convince a Brockby to buy what is essentially coffee in a bottle.
Yeah, I've been approaching this conversation for, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Okay. And at this point in time, you're just coming up as this Brockby woman is saying, I have some pelts to trade.
And he was about to say, well, what kind of pelts? Pelts would still be good because it's trade for trade, one for one. Do you see what I mean? He smiles.
I don't want this.
I have other items I could sell for you if that's what you
This
like.
is worthless. Like,
Well, I wouldn't say that. He just holds open his hand to take it back from you.
she hands it back like really like brusquely, like slaps it down into your hand. Like,
Remember, what may be useless to you, my dear, is not useless to someone else. Us humans, for instance, we don't have certain specialties. And he pockets it before taking something out of the back where his stall is.
And this is when you see a fawn walking up with what looks like a giant cat from a giant Tula lynx.
she is big. She's like horse size lynx, like shoulder at 6 feet tall-ish.
Tula lynxes are generally on Tula, so this would be like you can see a bunch of people around the area giving this massive cat a wide berth because they've never seen a lynx this big before.
She's almost, her shoulder almost is taller than he is, than the fawn.
I would say that the second that you walk up with the big ass fucking cat, he's in the middle of picking something up. It's another vial and it has a clear liquid in it. But the second you walk up, he's like, "Oh dear gods!" and he drops the vial and it breaks, and he slaps against the wall, breathing rapidly.
It is indeed coffee.
Yeah, you can smell. You can now smell the actual coffee because it was the vial that he was holding. And it drifts up. Is like, and he looks down. Is like, son of a bitch.
He's just slowly approaching. I think at this point, as you're like, fuck, from the links, he's like at the stall with Misha right next to him. Like,
Mara looks over, like, "Oh, are you? Oh,
like leans over towards the stall, gives the air a sniff.
hi."
Tincture my ass.
That's a big cat.
It's a very large cat.
Yes.
Would you mind making it back up a bit? I do fear for my life a little bit. He's like tugging at the collar of his neck.
Stop being such a baby.
Oh no, she's very polite, I assure you. As long as you're good to me, she'll be good to you, I promise. Her name is Misha. Say hello.
Hello,
Hello, Misha.
Misha. It's like sweating.
I
You
was
just
talking
hear
to
a
Misha.
meow, and then when it lifts a paw to lick, you can hear the sandpaper sound really loud. It's kind of like, oh my god.
Immediately cringes.
Huge paw, too.
Does that cat purr?
No. Lynxes
No?
can't purr.
Oh, lynxes can't purr.
Uh,
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Hold on, Doctor
Google that.
Google can tell me.
Yeah, we're all just Googling right now. Can lynxes
Lynxes
purr?
can purr.
Yes, they can.
They do purr.
Babies.
Oh, okay. Okay. I had it backwards. They are the
Okay.
They are the species of cat that can meow and purr. So they're like cheetahs, kind of.
And then you just start hearing a deep rumble in the throat that is unsettling to everybody but the fawn.
Except me.
Is there something I can help you with, Master Fawn?
Maybe. What are you selling?
Couple of knickknacks and potentially useful items that you may like or dislike. It's all depending on what you need, my friend. They all come from the Pine Forest, someplace within Timberview.
Yeah. Let me stop you right there. What do you have to sell that's useful? That's real?
He,
And at this, the lynx comes over to the table and starts pawing at one of the objects on the table.
Hey,
Misha.
watch the merchandise.
Misha. Feel.
Comes back and rubs up against you and sits down.
Thank you. I
its
love
little
you.
bobtail.
He,
Thank you. You can't do that to people. You can't do that to people we don't know.
He pushes back his hair and adjusts his like really shitty blazer that's doubles as a fur coat on the inside. And he reaches down. Something useful for someone like you. That's a good question. Do you have a particular interest that I might know about that might be able to help you in your adventures?
Someone like me? What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, usually, when I ask someone what they're selling, I am asking you. What do you have? I don't want something tailored. I want to know, in general, what you're selling.
He squints his eyes at you.
Are
and
you fucking do the God to Groth voice?
No, I'm not. Ilian is just soft-spoken.
He
Okay.
he sticks he reaches back into his pouch to pull out a cigarette, puts it in his mouth. General goods. I sold a toy to a kid earlier. I was trying to sell something to her, but dropped it, unfortunately. Gonna reimburse my payment with that.
I wasn't gonna buy that.
Well, I know that now.
At this point, you do see a centaur approaching. Very tall. Armor on the upper half of the body. Nima. You notice this human's now got coffee on the ground, and there's a giant Tula lynx right there, which you haven't seen in a very long time. Since you've been over on the Amura continent.
I'm not going to ask about the lynx. What in the world is going on over here?
You see Malcolm dig down as he finds something of use that might be good for the Fawn Man. And he spots up and he sees the centaur and again jumps back. Am I just gonna have a habit today of things and people that just like to sneak up on me? Anyway, Mr. Fawn, I see that you seem well traveled, and you have your very big feline companion. So perhaps that you might need a treat of sorts, or perhaps some sort of ration. And he.
Misha looks at you and does the blink blonk thing. It starts with one eye, and then shortly after, the other eye blinks.
And
I'm blink blonking back.
And he basically puts down like a very big piece of bread that's wrapped up in a container, like a little I don't know what they're called. You know, like the plastic wraps that they have when you're buying bread. It looks like that.
Yeah, like a saran wrap, but Obviously not, because plastic does exist
Nuts
in
are
this
in
world. Yeah, so sort of like that. Crinkly, made of plant fibers, I guess.
Now this right here is the signature made Timber View bread roll. It's very thick, very nutritious, and not problematic whatsoever, unlike the full roll that's served here in many other stalls. And he, like, tries to show a face of disgust.
He stares at you when you mention that.
No. Causing tension. Also, I want to point out, Siren, whenever you're ready, you could come on in.
She might be.
So are you just like
She's dead.
blind or something? How did you not notice either of them? Like,
I'm back.
you gotta pay attention.
Hey.
Or are you talking to Malcolm?
Yeah.
Well, there's this wonderful thing called my goods being on the ground right here, because I just set up, and then there's this thing about me looking up, and then two people, a very big cat and a centaur, suddenly being in my purview, so it does do me a great fright, so I do apologize. Regardless, Mr. Fawn, I never caught your name. What was it again?
Yours first.
He does like a little bow. The name is Malcolm Griswold, the owner of Griswold's Goods and Things to Go. And he taps the sign, like, very cartoonishly, where it's like a recently painted, like, dark color, but it's still visible against the light wood. It's a very rickety stand, and you see that the paint is still dripping off of the sign.
Uh-huh.
It is obvious this was a quick setup.
A traveling merchant. I didn't have a lot of time to set up, you see.
Not quite the eye for quality either.
Well, I didn't say I was an artiste, but I am an eye for quality, as I said. And he pats the bread package. Like, very nutritious, very good for all races of all kinds, even your cat.
Just tried to sell me brown water.
Coffee,
Which
yes,
is on
under
the
guise
ground.
of a tincture. Let me ask you something. What do you think a cat would eat?
If I had to take a guess, literally anything it gets its teeth in.
No. No.
That's such a good idea for misunderstanding.
And at this, licks its chops. You can hear that same sandpaper sound as it does that.
He cringes.
And at that point, Ilian will, like... I don't want to say manhandles, but he, like, manhandles Misha a lot. So he just, like, puts an arm around her big-ass head and, like, pulls her lips back to, like, show off her teeth. I want you to point at which teeth... Whoa. I want you to point at which tooth you think is going to cut through bread. Made to cut through bread, let's say.
Misha licks her teeth.
I would assume whichever looks like a knife, considering knives cut through bread quite easily, my friend.
He, like, lets go of Misha's lips, but he keeps his arm around her head. Traveling merchant doesn't get very far.
So he's looking. Am I right?
None of them. Yes. None of them. She doesn't eat bread. Point being, I don't think you're an honest merchant. I'm going to put that out there.
Well, if you don't think I'm honest, you don't have to shop here. There's plenty of other merchants you can shop from.
Yes, but you're the loudest in this part of the district.
At that, Zan, you do hear this conversation going on because Malcolm's being quite loud.
I'd like
You
to
see
imagine.
an interesting eclectic group gathered around him, including a centaur, a faun, and a brockfee, which is a very weird mix to see at a busy stall in Snowshorn.
During the peanut gallery.
I'm just realizing that probably walking up to this, like seeing Malcolm's like goods on the ground, like somebody might assume that like he's being hassled by them.
Yeah, the way that has happened is that he has dropped his goods on the ground when Misha walked up to the table with I don't think he never said your name.
Yeah.
with the fawn dude, and it's kind of like scattered, but there is like a broken glass of very clear coffee on the ground. And as he's talking to the fawn, he takes the bread away and just like narrows his eyes as he takes a match and lights his cigarette, does a small puff. Look, buddy, if you don't want to buy anything, don't harass me, all right? I'm the smallest person here, and I gotta be the loudest.
I'm not the harasser here.
You quite literally are. Your big-ass cat is still bothering my stall.
She's not doing anything.
Yeah, she's driving away customers. Do you see the size of her?
Yes, I think she's a very polite cat. I think the harasser here is you, Mr.
The only people in this city that are not giving the cat a wide berth are any fawns or centaurs. Everybody else is like, no.
He looks at the sign and then looks back at Malcolm. Harassing a poor woman and 2 children and flagging down this one. He gestures to... said her name was Mara. Gestures to
She
her.
hasn't introduced herself yet, but yeah.
Yeah. He gestures to her vaguely. Trying to sell
And another human walks up.
trying to sell a warming tincture, was it? It's coffee.
This is a
You might as well be selling me stale bread.
tall human whose like outfit looks a bit like a crow, like a bird. Approaches.
I am very tempted to spend another fear to have Misha paw at the bread, and it is indeed stale.
He doesn't know, so it's perfectly fine.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a fear to have Misha do that, to reach up a big old giant paw, grab the bread, and it sounds hard as it scrapes across the wood.
Nima's gonna knock on the bread.
It's like a brick.
Actually, how much is this bread? I could probably throw it at somebody and hurt them.
He immediately diverts his gaze from the fawn, who's being a dick to him, and he looks to the centaur. Well, considering that the person who gave this to me said it was fresh, probably didn't make the trip to the Great Pine, and considering it's probably around the size of a brick, about 2 gold. Should be fair.
Knocks it off the table like a cat, and thunk right onto the ground.
It breaks a rock that it fell on.
He immediately glares at the fawn. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Now you are bothering my business.
I'm not doing anything.
At this point in time, you do see coming from the big tall gates that you guys are probably about 20 feet off of the main road leading out into the Beggars District. You do see a pretty big centaur man in official guard outfit. Slightly pointed ears, looks like dreads, and it seems to have like leather armor on with the official seal of King Erig on his shoulder. And next to him is probably about a little 2-foot tall Fugus. Looks like a little red-capped mushroom Just little black eyes, no mouth, no nose. Just walking out in this cute little robe that looks like it's beautifully sewn leaves, and standing next to him in the center of the area. She reaches up, he bends down and takes the note. He unravels it and in a booming voice says, "Hear ye, hear ye. Looking for able-bodied adventurers willing to risk themselves in the name of the King of Saran in order to get rid of the Jagged Knife bandits that have been terrorizing the South Road to Timberview. A large reward will be given upon return and proof of their camp wiped out. If you are interested, please come and see my Fugus companion Leaf. Thank you." And the guards, Liif.
Okay.
All right,
And
baby.
you watch as the guards and this big old guy step back a little bit. See if I can actually share the image of him. Can I? No. Damn, can't do it on this tabletop. Anyways,
Siren
did
never
say
introduced
good
your
man
character.
money.
Yeah, I never got an
Yeah,
intro.
yeah, you had just walked up. Go ahead and introduce your character as these guys walk out and before the announcement.
Fucking
Okay, got
bread breaking on the ground.
Yeah, got kind of crazy
Cracks
over there.
in half as it goes thunk.
Son of a bitch! He's like grabbing at his hair, very angry now.
It's not my business, but
You need to calm
looks
down.
towards the other. Are they obstructing your business currently?
He looks up frustrated, then looks to the tall woman, and then back to the fawn and the cat. Well, they weren't until this fawn's cat knocked a perfectly good piece of hard bread that can be used as a weapon on the ground, breaking it and ruining my merchandise yet again. Son of a bitch.
Ilian like
What
looks
the
about
fuck?
as he looks about as disappointed as like a dad would, or like a brother watching a younger sibling fuck something up.
Okay, so like Zahn was like completely stone faced at the time. At this time, like completely just like no expression. Turns over to the cat, smiles slightly. May I hear your side of the story?
Who was that too?
Misha. Misha still
well-
paw on the broken in half hard bread.
With the owner of Misha, so your character.
Okay. Gods above. Nope. Whatever.
I mean, there's some of them above.
Well, I wanted to have a look and see if this stall was anything genuine, considering that I happened to wander past as this gentleman tried to sell this woman a, quote, warming tincture that was
I wasn't
just
gonna buy it.
coffee. I realize that.
I'm aware.
It was coffee in a bottle.
You must not be from
I-
here, pal.
No, I'm not.
Well,
I'm speaking.
beg your pardon, your majesty. He continues to pick up the pieces of bread.
You said your story, I'll say mine.
Oh, I don't. Sorry.
I intended to come up with good intentions, browse the store, see if he was an honest merchant or seller. subpar goods. Usually Misha's not this poorly behaved.
Drops head.
Well, despite my disapproval of the practice, it isn't technically illegal to sell merchandise such as his. But I will not hold it against you for trying to do the right thing either. She would move over to help Malcolm pick up his things.
Right, the bread is right under Misha's paw.
Thank you.
Little one.
Lifts paw off.
Little one.
Yeah, she like paused for a second. They're like,
you.
He like scrapes up the broken pieces of the very, very clearly hard as a fucking brick bread piece. That is, there's like two pieces, and he looks at it, looks at the other one, and then looks to the vial on the ground. Well, you didn't actually get to hear any part of my story, because you came up with accusations. I was going to explain that here in Snowshorn, where I'm from, by the way, tinctures of warmth are typically little pieces of coffee that you can heat up and go for a quick sip to make sure that you get warm so you don't freeze to death. So my apologies for not knowing the local lingo. Secondly, this piece of bread here that I got all the way, I gotta keep looking for the fucking town name, all the way from Timberview, has had to have gotten stale on the long journey here. Just myself. You gotta understand, the King's Herald just said that the Jagged Knight bandits are running amok in that area. I had to go through all the back roads, you see. So this is just an unfortunate circumstance. And he sounds like he's being genuine.
As Malcolm is, like, running his mouth explaining, Ilian seems to remember that an announcement was made, and just in the middle of the conversation, or in the middle of Malcolm talking, turns and walks off.
At that, Malcolm, I just want to point out, this big old centaur guy did say good amount of money.
Yeah, he did. He does look up to the rest of the people as Ilian walks away. It's like, oh, thank the creator. Wait, now that I remember, how much money did the King's Herald actually say that there was involved in that dealing with the Jagged Knight bandits? Because I got a right pickle to deal with those bastards for ruining my merchandise. And you, my friend.
Didn't say, but did say that the little Fugus companion of his had the answers. They would answer all your questions.
Well, supposedly a good amount of gold. And, well, good luck with whatever you do. And Nemo's gonna run off after Nox's character.
What? Like, lost a customer.
Good luck.
You wouldn't happen to know where I could find somewhere to learn about magic? Like teacher or something?
Are you asking a human that?
He
Yes.
stares,
Oh, no.
and then he glares. Are you seriously asking me that?
Yeah?
Oh, that is kind of actually an insult to rub the fact that they don't have magic in their face.
Well, here's the thing, right? She barely interacts with humans. I'm kind of imagining her village as like being mostly Brovki. So it's like she's seen humans like 3 times in her life. So she doesn't really know how to be nice to them.
Yeah, it's very unusual to you because your monastery is full of Brockfi and is the largest out of sight of Cavarine. So, like, actually coming down here and go, oh wait, I forgot I'm in a human nation is something else.
Is that rude?
Some might consider it so.
Very. He picks up the pieces of bread and puts the goods like back into like a small little cart that he has that he pulled all the way here. And as he's saying this, he lights the cigarette again because it went out when he was talking. You gotta understand, little lady, that humans can't cast magic. It was taken away a very long time ago. There's a sin that we did. I don't remember the whole story, but it's not a very nice thing to say, and next time you come across a human, I wouldn't ask such a question. Matter of fact, you could probably ask that centaur, because I'm about to head that way myself.
I think I read something about it. Sorry about that. You're like the fourth human I've ever talked to, so.
Well, I deeply apologize for my lack of decorum and mistreating you for the coffee I was trying to sell you. I can assure you that coffee is actually very good to warm you up in the mountains in the cold. Looks like that's where you were going, so I thought it was in the best interest to give you something that would actually be helpful.
Sorry.
So, can I? Yeah, I'm trying to get this guy added to the stage, if it'll let me.
He's succeeded in making her feel bad for not getting scammed.
Good.
Yes.
Now, as I was saying, you might be able to have your question answered. I'm going to have my questions answered because clearly, with how busy the market is today on this God-given day, this God-given day of Gillis, it's very clear that I'm not going to make any kind of coin with any type of talks from any individuals, especially since a certain fawn has kind of ruined my mood. So, I'm going to go see what's up. And, my lady, thank you again for helping me clean up. What was your name again? He looks at Zahn.
Zahn Blackbrook.
Holds out a hand. The name is Malcolm Griswold. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. Would turn to Mara. And you, miss?
Oh, I'm Mara.
Pleasure to meet you, Mara. Tips her hat.
Malcolm nods to Mara.
Nice to meet you.
By this
I
point,
guess
I
I'll
will.
come with you guys.
Yeah.
Very well.
Okay.
I was headed there anyway. Those bandits need to be dealt with.
Gonna pay me back for what's ruined now. He'll start walking in the direction of the people went.
I'll see if I can dig up a picture of Leaf. She is a. Fungus people are hard to find pictures for. I am sorry about that.
True enough. It's Toad from Mario.
Yeah.
I think I need to go to the bathroom. Wait, no. What the fuck? Bed. The sleep
Yeah,
place.
we're almost
Dude.
done setting this up. So as you approach, you do see the little Fugus person talking to a elven individual, and she says, without having a mouth, "Oh, do you have anybody else that you would do this with? The last time that we sent out a single person, Syndron, bless them, they did not come back. So we are going to have to say it needs to be a group. Thank you." And the elf just kind of snaps and walks off. And that's when you guys walk up. Good. How can I help you lot? Are you here to talk about the job?
Indeed.
What? They are.
All right, this job is to clear out some bandits on the South Road. They tend to attack at the split that leads to Fort Fungal and to Timberview. If you can at least take care of most of their numbers, that would definitely handle the issue for a bit. If you take care of most of their numbers, it will be a bag full of gold. And if you take care of their leader, it will be 3 bagfuls of gold.
I would know Leaf by name, right? Because I frequent the area enough.
She is the one person that keeps the palace running, Black Scale Keep. She reports directly to the king himself and takes care of his daily work, is the greeter for the castle, sets up meetings. She's like the PR person, quote unquote.
What would her official title be?
Just Leaf. They don't have official title. They just call themselves Leaf.
Malcolm puts the cigarette in the corner of his mouth as he begins to talk. Lady Leaf, by chance, my mercantile expertise has been kind of ruined today due to the fact that I had to deal with those bandits not too terribly long ago. Do your resources happen to know how many we're dealing with in terms of numbers?
As far as I understand, there is somewhere between 6 and 12 bandits currently that is causing a problem.
Well, that definitely explains a lot. Do you know the leader by name? I've only heard rumor, but good to be sure.
No, unfortunately, I do not. Neither does King Blackscale, because the leader tends to stay back at their camp, but if you can find a way to get to him and kill him and bring back any proof that you have, there will be 3 bagfuls of gold for you and your any compatriots that you fight with. Are you 5 together?
Side eyes the fawn.
Wait.
Particularly, I'm mostly just looking for a magic teacher.
Because it is actually preferred if you do this as a group, because these bandits are quite violent. Oh, and if you're looking for a magic teacher, Stuart Sirthon would have the answer to that. He keeps in contact with all the mages in the area, but entering the palace can only be done if you have explicit permission from him or the king, or if you complete a very important task for the king himself, which holds out her little tiny white stubby hands. This is what a job by the king himself. And shows the decree with his seal on it.
Would I know if the steward requires payment for them to be inducted? Like through rumor?
No payment required. They're trying to get people to go handle this problem, adventurers to go handle this problem.
Not that. No, I'm talking about, you said the steward as in like the teacher for the magic stuff. Would I know through rumor if they require payment in order to take on new students for teaching them magic?
Most places, yes. There is 1 or 2 teachers that do not require payment. You just have to show promise.
He like leans over past the centaur and the fawn and looks at Mara. Well, good news, Mara, since this is a wonderful job that pays quite a lot, this will be a nice little down payment for your future tutelage at the current teacher you're looking for at school, because all of them require quite a lot of payment, especially here in the great capital of Snowshorn. You gotta remember, since most humans can't cast magic, it's very rare to have a magic teacher in a mostly human-run city in a human-ran continent. You understand?
Oh. I see. So were you guys wanting me to come with you?
Hey, several heads are better than one.
It would be mutually beneficial.
It would also be much safer for all of you.
I mean, I don't know how much I contribute.
You would be quite surprised. I think you would be capable of doing it.
You needn't worry. I would keep you safe to the best of my ability.
If you think so.
And if anything, I'm a
Worth
pretty
a
good
shot.
distraction.
Wonderful. All you need to do is bring proof back and come to Blackscale Keep and talk to Captain Varney over there. Big old well-muscled centaur with his arms crossed.
Thank you, Miss Leaf.
Have a wonderful day and safe travels.
Onward
And
hard.
she just walks off, and with Varney and the couple guards following behind them, and yeah. And this is the scene. You guys are now all prepared for session 1. You made me kill 2 of my fear.
Good.
All right. So I want to thank chat for joining us in this. I am so far enjoying this system. We will be back this time next 6 p.m. Pacific next week for session 1.
I've made a mistake.
You made a mistake.
I'm gonna get energy drink next week.
What?
Next week I'm bringing an energy drink.
Okay. Normally it doesn't last this long, but we were setting up a new system. So
I
Jake.
fell asleep like an hour and a half ago, so.
yeah, that's fair. Generally, our sessions run for about 3 hours. So, just like Sunday game. Anyways, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Take care, guys.
Nice
Have a wonderful
meeting
night.
Bye.
Bye.
like all
Boy.